16 touchdowns this year. In fact, he's averaging 20.8 points a game by himself. Their quarterback isn't bad either. John Brown, 7th in Class 5A, 197 passing yards a game. He's thrown 8 touchdowns, been picked off 6 times. Meanwhile, Owensboro, 5-0 overall. They're 2-0 in the district, and they feature Gavin Wimsatt, who's averaging 196 passing yards a game. He's thrown 11 touchdowns and been picked off 4 times. Owensboro, number 2 in the KHSAA Class 5A RPI. They beat Owensboro Catholic last week, 28-14, to win the City-County Championship. They were 3-0 this year against Owensboro Catholic, Davis County, and Apollo.
You're listening to Your Sports Edge Football Friday, brought to you by YourSportsEdge.com.
You're listening to Caldwell County Football on WPKY Princeton. Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports. Trilogy offers a wide range of family-friendly classes as well as personal training, yoga, gymnastics, sports training, cardio, and weightlifting. Trilogy has something for everyone. Trilogy now offers an app with online workouts, live classes, nutrition tracking, and more. Search Trilogy Performance Sports in your app store. Use sign-up code 1824. For app info and more, follow them on Facebook.
We're your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. We're your store for quality with brilliant and durable paints in a variety of sheens and thousands of colors. We're your store for service with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. We're your local experts, and we're here to help with all your painting projects. Benjamin Moore at Joyner Hardware on Main Street in Princeton.
Bradley Furniture wishes all the Tigers good luck this season.
Coming up next, we head to the stadium for pregame coverage of the Caldwell County Tigers. This has been your Sports Edge Football Friday on WPKY 103.3 FM and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Your home team at Trice Hughes wants to make sure your vehicle lasts as long as possible, especially since warmer weather means more driving. Trice Hughes reminds you that tire pressure is critical to maximizing the performance of your vehicle. From improved fuel mileage to smoother tire wear, make sure your tires are inflated to the correct PSI.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Good luck to all Tiger athletic teams from Josh Ray at Woodman Life.
For a delicious meal, try Kay's Kitchen in Princeton. They have great home cooking, just like Mom and Grandma used to do. Enjoy cooked-to-order breakfast every day, all day. Lunch specials include favorites like open-faced roast beef, chicken tenderloins, country fried steak, smoked pork chops, and catfish and shrimp on Fridays. All your favorite veggies, too. And don't forget Kay's homemade desserts. Open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 2, Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 5:30 to 11. Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, Princeton, 1 block from the courthouse.
Tiger football is on the air on 1580 103.3 WPKY on your free WPKY app and worldwide streaming audio on WPKYonline.com. It's time for the Caldwell County Coaches Show on WPKY.
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Coach Will Barnes pregame interview. Tonight here in Princeton, the Tigers will take on the Murray High Tigers in a key Class 2A District 1 game. The Murray High Tigers come into tonight's game with a 3-2 record, while the Louisville Tigers are still at 2-2 after last Friday night's contest with Glasgow was canceled because of COVID-19. I will talk with Coach Barnes about Murray High and particularly about their offense when we return after these commercial messages from our sponsors.
Penny Royal Home Medical hopes all Tiger athletes have a great season. Go Tigers!
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Enjoy your favorite Mexican food at La Pontesina Mexican Restaurant. They're open 7 days a week. It is recommended to wear a face mask while walking in and out of the restaurant. They're operating at limited seating capacity, offering carry-out service. Just wear your mask when you pick up your order. Always practice social distancing. They appreciate your business and are ready to serve you. Stay safe. La Pontesina Mexican Restaurant, Princeton and Marion.
Since 1937, Pennyrile Electric has been dedicated to the health and well-being of our members. Did you know there are several socially distanced ways to pay your electric bill? You can use the member portal at precc.com, call to make automated payments over the phone, use the PRECC app, enroll and pay by text or our residential prepay program, or just stop by one of our 24-hour kiosks in Hopkinsville or Oak Grove. Pennyrile Electric, proud to power your life for 83 years.
Welcome back to the interview. Well, the only common opponent so far this year between the two teams is Crittenden County, where the local Tigers defeated the Rockets and Murray lost to them. But trying to compare scores is very dangerous and can get us in a lot of trouble if we think we got tonight's game easily won.
Yeah, definitely. And watching that game, Crittenden County played a really good football game on both sides of the ball. Got physical with them and were able to kind of, I think it was 14-0 Murray, and then Crittenden kind of got in a roll, and, they're a good team. So we can't look at that score and make any type of judgment about how tomorrow night's going to go. That was the second game, and, they played some more games since then. They've gotten better. Crittenden improved from week 1 to week 2, so not much, we can take by looking at that score.
In looking at the Murray's first 5 games, and we do have the stats on that, it looks like their yardage is basically 50-50, as many yards in the air as they're rushing on the ground.
Yeah, and I think here in the last week, 2 weeks, they've really tried to focus on the run game. They've gone to a couple different sets to emphasize that run game. They've got some good linemen up front, and I'm sure they're wanting to utilize those guys.
When they've changed maybe a little bit better, more so on the offensive side, will they play a spread offense, or will it go into some of these wing T type looks?
Yeah, they've typically been spread up until the last week or so. Going to be in more of a 2 tight with the wing and a fullback. It'll still be in the gun, but it'll be more. You'll have all 11 guys right there in the box, so that's going to be a little bit different look. It's kind of a mixture between that spread look and some 2 tight type stuff. So it's a little bit of a unique look for us. It's not something we see a ton of, but we've got a good look at it in practice this week. And the big thing there is, pursuing to the football, getting guys to the ball, and not getting distracted with what's going on in the backfield.
Looking at some of the players that we'll see in tonight's game on the offensive side, obviously starts with number 7, their quarterback, Rodney Sokolowski, who last year stepped in really late in the season, and against us had a really nice game in the district playoff game last year where Murray beat us.
He had a really good game last year, and I think going into this year, he's got a little bit more on his plate, I'm sure, and, he's running the ball some, and he's a pretty athletic kid, so he does a good job for him.
In looking at some of his stats, he's 37 out of 73 in the air, 10 interceptions for 672 yards and thrown for 6 touchdowns, while he's rushed 54 times for 317 yards and 5 touchdowns. So is he a sprint out type passer that pulls it down and runs, or are these design runs that he gets out on?
It's some of both, and he's a pretty big kid, pretty physical kid, so he's not an easy guy to get to the ground, and he does a good job with his arm and his legs.
And the other running back that created some havoc last year for us is number 12, Charvel McAllister, and he's carrying the ball quite a few times this year, 55 times for 356 yards and 5 touchdowns. So between the quarterback and the running back, they've got over 700 yards on the ground. So we've got obviously respect those two guys.
Yeah, absolutely. McAllister played against us both games last year. He's a really good back. We've got to do a good job of pursuing, getting multiple guys there to tackle him.
And with McAllister, he also caught 7 passes this year for 145 yards. So that's an average of at least 20 yards a catch in 1 TD. So we got to be aware if he drifts out of the backfield.
Yeah, he does a good job in the pass game when they get it to him, and just a really athletic kid, and does a good job on their offense.
Another kid that we'll have to look at tonight, and I saw where he was one of the finalists in Paducah Sun Player of the Week this year, is number 26, their running back Brendan Donkey, who rushed for 42 yards, 246 yards so far this year, 2 touchdowns, caught 6 passes for 82 yards. So we have to know where number 26 is at all times.
Yeah, McAllister didn't play last week for some reason, and he stepped into that running back spot against Union County and did a really good job. He's he kind of reminds me of Jameis Carnahan, just at the varsity level. Just has a really good knack for running, finding a crease, and really has good vision. He's got some experience under his belt with getting a start last week, so that's another guy that they're able to get the football to that is very talented.
And that's a key with any type of team where you have the ability to put this guy in this particular spot and have him perform well rather than not perform well.
Yeah, the more, everybody wants to have as much depth as they possibly can where you can take fresh guys in there throughout the game, and that's just, I'm sure they wanted McAllister to play last week, but the 26 was able to step in there and do a really good job, and I think that'll help them going forward.
And looking at some of the other players receiving the ball this year via the air, from Sokolowski is number 27, Dejon Miles. He's had 2 interceptions, over 200 yards. Number 81, Daniel Cluan, who's caught 7 balls. Number 10, a freshman, Ashkan Nabavi. Number 63, Devin Lee, probably a tight end or something in that particular way they run their scheme. But are these receivers for Murray quick, agile, obviously able to catch the ball?
Yeah, 81 is one of their tight ends. Does a really good job of blocking, and does a good job when they do release him out on a route, making plays with his hands. So they do a pretty good job of spreading it out, even though they're in that too tight wing formation, of giving you some different looks where you've got to really respect everything in their offense.
I know, obviously, Murray has an all-state candidate in number 50, Sebastian Lawrence. Will he play on the line, or does he strictly only come in when the short yardage situations are necessary for Murray?
Yeah, he plays on the offense and defensive lines. And
so we'll go both ways then.
Yeah, and they have the package where he plays quarterback some, but that's not, something they're doing all the time.
I've noticed he's carried the ball 3 times this year for 3 yards and 1 touchdown. So I know last year he got a touchdown on us in that big man package that
they
he did run. So if they're in the too tight, will they be in that formation quite often, or will they drop out some wide outs from time to time?
In that game against Union, that's pretty much what they were in. But they got the ability to spread it out more, because that's some of the stuff that they did last year, and then what they showed early on this year. So they have the ability to kind of hop back and forth between both of those types of offenses.
And will Murray play fast, or will they huddle?
No, they're not, going to try to push the tempo a bunch. No.
So what we maybe will see tonight will be more of a running attack, possibly, than a passing attack.
I would anticipate seeing them try to establish the run. Some of those guys that they've got that are able to run the ball and their quarterback's able to run it, I think that's what they're trying to hang their hat on.
In looking at their field goal and extra point game, I know their extra point kicker is 6 out of 12. They do have 1 field goal out of 1 attempt, a different player. So I don't think they're as strong in that game as obviously that our local Tigers are in our game as far as field goal, extra point presence is concerned.
Yeah, and I think with how the little preparation, I think things like, kicking PATs and field goals that maybe got taken for granted in previous years have kind of stuck out a little bit more. We've missed I think we missed two too. Which is uncharacteristic. And when you have a limited amount of practice, that obviously is really going to affect your special teams too.
Especially this year when nobody could get on the field any in the summertime on that. That's been a look at the Murray High offense, and we'll look at the Murray defense with Coach Barnes when we are back after these messages.
This is Leanne with Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress. This month, we want to honor those who fought breast cancer, like our own Mama Hayes, and those who fight or continue to battle breast cancer. A percentage of our sales now through the end of October will be donated to the Pink Ribbon Network. Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress, where you always get the best selection, the best furniture at the best price on the Boulevard in Hopkins.
Herb Hayes Furniture, always the best.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured in a car wreck, you may be facing high medical bills or loss of income because you can't work. You may be entitled to compensation if another driver caused your injury. Get help. Call attorney Matt Schock in Princeton, Kentucky at 270-365-MATT. He'll give you the personal attention that you won't find at the big law firms with big billboards. Call Matt Schock for a free consultation at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-6288.
This is an advertisement.
Now more than ever, we value time with family, and we reflect on the time we wish we had spent when we could. Pennyroyal Hospice makes it possible for you to spend quality time at home with your loved one in the most crucial time of their life. Pennyroyal Hospice is taking even more safety precautions during this time to ensure your safety. Pennyroyal Hospice. It's about living to the fullest.
And welcome back for the final segment of the pregame interview with Coach Will Barnes. Will, with the defense that we'll see tonight from Murray, let me ask you a question first relating to our defense. Will we change up our defense if they go into the two-tight type offense? Will we have outside linebackers move up to play the defensive end? Or
we'll treat it just like we normally would. Obviously we're not going to have in that type of set. You don't have receivers to cover down outside, so that does change your alignment just a little bit. But it's not anything unusual or something we wouldn't do against anybody else.
Generally, with Murray's defense, it starts with number 50, their big All-State candidate, Sebastian Lawrence. Is he still their nose guard? Or?
Yeah, he plays nose and is right in the middle of that defense. And he's a guy that can make you have a long night if you don't get a couple of guys on him and know where he's at. And as a play caller, you got to be aware of trying to get him going side to side a little bit, because if he's playing downhill and he's able to rush the passer and kind of do what he wants to, he's a really difficult guy to play against.
And one thing, the weather tonight is going to be, obviously, rain is out of the area, cool. And if he goes both ways, that'll help his endurance, in that maybe we can hope that he gets tired every now and then.
Yeah, anytime you're playing good defensive linemen, you want to try to wear them out early in the game, because when they're fresh, they're really, really good. And he's, a really good defensive lineman, a really good offensive lineman, and we've got to try to slow him down early in the game so we can establish some run game at some point.
Will they play a 3-4 or a 4-4 or a 4-3?
They play kind of a unique defense. It's a little bit like Crittenden County, which is it's a 3-3 stack with 5 defensive backs on the field, but they play it just a little bit different than Crittenden, so it's not something we see a whole lot of. Really, they're the only team that really stays true to that 3-3 stack that we play. So that's been a little bit of an adjustment, just making sure we get a look at it, know where our aiming points are in our run game and how we're going to pass pro it. But we played against them last year. The main thing is up front. You worry about them being in the front you haven't seen before, and those guys played against them last year, so that's a little bit of a bonus and a benefit for us.
And just looking at what the Tigers might do tonight, we've mentioned previously about how our running game has not been very stout, but we also do have probably Logan Smiley back for tonight's game. He played last against Mayfield 2 weeks ago, and really had a nice game as far as his presence in that game is concerned. But we need another back in the backfield to go along with Travion.
Yeah, Logan, was only going to play a few plays there against Mayfield, and he's kind of increased his workload the last couple of weeks, so he'll be out there more for sure. And, he kind of gives us a little bit different dimension back there in the backfield. He's got a lot of speed and does a good job. So, he'll be mixed in there some, and Travion a lot, will still be back there as well.
And it gives us really a three-pronged rushing attack in that Russ Bashir is an outstanding running quarterback. We've got the speed back in Logan. We might even have Jameis or Logan in there from time to time. And then, of course, the bruising power back and Travion. So will we go into tonight's game with a focus on trying to establish the running game or seeing how they're able to pass defend us?
I feel like we have some receivers that we've got to get touches to as well. We've got some good receivers, and we've still got to be able to get the ball to Tripp, and we got to get the ball to Tate some more. We got to get the ball to Barron, because those guys, are some of our better players. So it's not going to be, bang our heads against the wall trying to run the ball. We've mixed it up a little bit, and we're trying to, kind of looked at what we've been doing, what's worked, what hasn't, and what hasn't worked, we're kind of getting rid of and really focusing in on, a handful of things in the running game that, Travion's good at, that we can block up front pretty well, kind of play off that.
And you're right. Looking at who we have on the outside, we've got guys that really make plays, such as Barron, such as Tate, such as Tripp. When you get the ball in their hands, they're dangerous, and the end zone sometimes not too far away.
Yeah, they all have, they're all a little bit different type of player, and that makes you a little bit more dynamic on offense when you've got 3 or 4 receivers that all are, all have different strengths, and we're fortunate to have that this year, and we got to keep finding ways to get all those guys the ball as much as possible.
Obviously, we know that Russ is improving as a passer, and his ability to sprint out obviously adds a dimension, puts the pressure on great defense. Will he run it or will he throw it?
Yeah, and I was talking to a good friend of mine that's a really good coach in the Lexington area, and we were talking about quarterbacks and stuff like that, and he said, typically these quarterbacks would have had 7-on-7. You'd have a couple of scrimmages. We were kind of talking about how this whole deal has probably affected quarterbacks more than anybody, and I think Russ is settling in to this year and kind of has, I felt like he played one of probably his best game this year against Mayfield, and we got to keep building on that, because if we can throw the ball just a little bit better too, that's going to help us in the run game.
Looking at some of the players Murphy led on defense tonight, of course, we've already spoken about number 50. That's Sebastian Lawrence. He comes in tonight's game over the 5 previous games with 31 tackles. Their leading tackler is number 28, who don't know whether he's a linebacker, Dyer Doherty, with 34 tackles. He wears number 28, so that doesn't tell me whether he's a cornerback or one of the stack backs.
Yeah, he's a linebacker, and they had Waldrop, Tommy Waldrop, I think was his name, from last year. That was a really good player that played as a linebacker in that stack, and this kid's come in and done a really nice job too.
And number 30 back there, probably as a linebacker, is Andrew Orr, who has 33 tackles, and a couple other guys here to number 63, Devin Lee, 27 tackles. Number 10 is probably one of their secondary guys. He's either freshman or sophomore, Ashkan Nabavi, with 23 tackles. So they don't seemingly play a lot of people. Will, from just looking over their numbers, probably about 23 or something like that. So they've got 4, 5, 3 that look like they're two-way players.
Yeah, they've got some guys that are going to play both ways, and just like us, they're trying to get their better players out there as much as possible.
And looking at the fact that we had an off week last week with school being out, we didn't play last Friday night, back in school this week. How have practices gone this week?
It's been I don't know that you ever say normal whenever, you're this year, nothing has really been normal. But for this year, this week's been a little bit more normal with being back in school and, practicing in the afternoon and having a JV game. And
we had a JV game this week.
Yeah, we played Union County and won in double overtime. So we've got one more game with those guys, and they've had a really good year.
Exactly. I guess a JV team is 4-0.
Yes.
And, I just can't begin to tell you how valuable those JV games are in the next year ahead or 2 years ahead, the success those kids are having at that level.
Yeah, we've really seen some kids come along and improve dramatically, and some of those guys are gonna get some chances at the varsity level for sure.
And I guess we're all right as far as the COVID is concerned. I knew that last week was to me was a great decision, and an overabundance of caution was necessary because we were having a outbreak here, outbreak there with one person, and you shouldn't want to put those kids on a bus for a 150-mile trip to Glasgow.
Yeah, just if we pressed it, we probably could have, they would have let us play, but just based on that whole process with who they deem is quarantined and not, and I just felt like it was late in the week, and you don't want to risk anything if you don't know for sure what's going on, and not 100% confident and getting on a bus and traveling. Like you said, we've had two main emphasis this year as coaches, and the first one is make sure that our kids and their families are safe, that we make it as safe as we possibly can and do everything on our end to make it safe. And then the number two thing is make sure we do what we can to give them every opportunity to play this year, as many games as possible. So I just felt like with those two things in mind, it was better just not to play last week and stay home.
Well, as I said to many people, I thought that was a very wise, intelligent decision. Weather tonight looks like it's going to, obviously, if we mentioned, it's going to be cool. That's not going to affect the players in any way whatsoever.
No, if anything, it'll probably help out. Don't have to worry about the heat or anything like that. So it should be a great night for football.
And again, Murray Tigers coming to town. And Will, your final thoughts before we end this interview?
Anytime you play Murray, it's going to be a really good game. They've got a really good football team. Coach Hodge is a great coach. Him and his staff do a good job with their team, and they'll come in here with a good scheme and be ready to go. We'll have to play extremely well to come out with a victory, and which we definitely need.
And thanks, Will. That will do it for this interview. My thanks to Tiger head coach Will Barnes for taking the time away from his schedule to focus on the game tonight. Following this interview, please join Dennis Stevens, Todd Griffin, Gary Goodacre, Chris George, and me for the live stream at WPKYonline.com or the radio broadcast at WPKY FM 103.3. For Tiger head coach Will Barnes, this has been your host, Bob Hayes. We thank you for your time and invite you to view or listen to the upcoming broadcast. So long, everyone.
U-Ride has upped their game. As a matter of fact, it's a whole new ball game. It's an all-new sales team, bringing 33 years of experience to work for you. They're here to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and to do it all safely with a personalized hometown feel. More variety with better quality. On-the-lot financing, and you can apply safely online at uridesales.com. Call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff. U-Ride on the Marion Road, Princeton, 270-365-3018.
Good luck to all Tiger athletes from Bella Marie Boutique. Go Tigers.
A yearly flu vaccine is important now more than ever amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Protect yourself and your loved ones against flu viruses. At Caldwell Medical Center, they make it easy and convenient. Skip the wait and get your flu shot at their drive-through center.
We are ready.
October the 28th through October the 2nd and October 5th through the 9th by appointment only. To schedule an appointment,
Field looks beautiful now, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. 365-0333.
A lot better than
Clay
that
Farless, and I'm Belinda
field
at
down in Murray.
Yeah.
From diapers to daycare to groceries.
You don't know whether you're at second base or in left field.
We
It's a
recently
long pass to
refinanced-
the outfield.
Saved more than 4% on our interest rate on a loan that was
He's
just
down
over a year
close.
ago.
He's
Rates
at
are
the
near
right field
all-time
foul
lows.
line.
Whether you're refinancing or buying, now's the time to apply online at yournxtbank.com. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Time to head live to the stadium for a preview of tonight's action with the WPKY Sports Crew. The Caldwell County Tiger pregame show is on the air.
And welcome everybody to Tiger Stadium. Dennis Stevens along with Bob Hayes. Todd Griffin will be down on the sideline. John Miller also with us up here in the booth tonight. It's the Caldwell County Tigers and Murray Tigers in a big district matchup. Could mean down the line a little bit home field for the first playoff game at the end of the season. So this one's got a lot riding on it. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll kick off the Stevens Show Plumbing pregame show and break down this game between the Tigers and the Tigers. on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Proud supporter of Tiger Sports, Big John's Barbecue says, go Tigers.
Your home team at Trice Hughes wants to make sure your vehicle lasts as long as possible, especially since warmer weather means more driving. Trice Hughes reminds you that tire pressure is critical to maximizing the performance of your vehicle. From improved fuel mileage to smoother tire wear, make sure your tires are inflated to the correct PSI.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Good luck, Tigers. Great season. From Treasures Remembered.
As a community-owned enterprise, the Princeton Electric Plant Board provides services to the people in the Princeton area. One of the services they provide is to make sure the lights are on over our fields and courts for our Caldwell County Tigers. From everyone at the Princeton Electric Plant Board, good luck to all of the Caldwell County Tigers and hopes for a safe season. And big electric roar to their Tigers: Tate Van Hooser, Addie Vinson, Lily Horde, and Easton Kizzy.
A yearly flu vaccine is important now more than ever amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Protect yourself and your loved ones against flu viruses. At Caldwell Medical Center, they are making it easy and convenient. Skip the wait and get your flu shot at their drive-through site September the 28th through October the 2nd and October 5th through the 9th by appointment only. To schedule an appointment, please call them at 270-365-0333.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they're ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They've always had their drive-thru, and now they're offering curbside pickup service as well. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. They appreciate your patience and understanding during this time. We are all having to adjust to this new way of life. It's temporary, but in the meantime, enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's.
Microphone activated.
And back to Tiger Stadium as we are getting set for Caldwell County and Murray here tonight. Kicking off the Stephen Show Plumbing pregame show. Stephen Show Plumbing is dedicated to ensuring their customers' plumbing needs are met in a timely and professional manner. They provide basic services such as leaky faucet repair and drain cleaning to major remodels and new construction. We appreciate the guys at Stephen Show Plumbing to join us this season here on Tiger Football. Dennis Stevens, Bob Hayes, John Miller up in the booth, Todd Griffin down on the sideline. We'll talk to Todd and Gary Goodacre in just a little bit. But, Bob, one good thing tonight, we're a step ahead of where we were 2 weeks ago. All the lights are on. So no light delay like we had in Mayfield for about 45 minutes.
Exactly, and barring any unforeseen difficulty, they should remain on, Dennis. So you're right. We're 45 minutes ahead of where we were in Mayfield 2 weeks ago.
Off to a good start. This one sets up to be a good game statistically. Murray just a couple of spots better in the RPI rankings in the 2A class than Caldwell County, but Caldwell County comes in at 2-2 on the season. Murray at 3-2. Caldwell within inches of upsetting Mayfield just 2 weeks ago at Mayfield, losing that one 21-20. Tonight, I think they ride a little momentum still from that game even 2 weeks later and look to take care of business on a Murray team that we expect to run the ball more than ever.
Exactly. We're noticing that in the last game against Union County, Murray failed to put the ball in the air, but 6 or 7 times. And if you look at their passing statistics, you can probably understand why. The quarterback, Sokolowski, is only about 50% through the air with 10 interceptions, and that's through really 4 games. He didn't play in one of the games, I'm told. So, and we also have been made aware that one of their big ground gainers will not play tonight, and that's number 24 for Murray, Charvel McAllister, which is going to hurt their offensive scheme and maybe make 1 or 2 guys work a little extra harder in the backfield for Murray.
Yeah, you talk about that passing game, even though Murray's coming in off a win last week against Union County. Sokolowski put the ball up only 5 times, 2 to his guys complete, 2 interceptions, so not a good night through the air. We expect them. They already average about 34 carries a game, so we look for this to be a game on the ground for Murray. Flipping that over, Caldwell County, Russ Bashir is really starting to throw the ball well, throwing at better than 63% on the season completion rate, 52 out of 82 on the season, only 3 interceptions compared to the 10 that you mentioned from Sokolowski, and 7 touchdown passes. So Bashir's going to go to the air some tonight. We'll see if Caldwell County runs much, because Murray has a kid that's being recruited by a lot of colleges around the area, especially OVC schools in Sebastian Lawrence. So it's going to be hard to go up the middle on Murray tonight unless we do a lot of double teaming. But you talked to Coach Barnes about that situation. We've still got to get Travion and Smiley the ball some tonight, let them see what they can pick up on the ground. But it's going to take a lot of double team from our line against Lawrence.
And that's what Coach Barnes intimated in his pregame interview, is in that we'll have to double team Lawrence all night long. He'll go both ways, offense and defense. And hopefully what that does is wear him down late in the game, maybe third quarter, fourth quarter, till he is to the point of being tired and he's not as effective then as he would be fresh at start out of the gate. So Lawrence is going to be key to them. They also have another big lineman in number 70, Gage Jacobs. And a lot of the Murray kids, they only played about 15 or 16 last week at Union County. So they're all designed to be in and out of the lineup. So there'll be some playing offense and defense. There may be some setting out a series or two, but we've got to put the ball in the air, Dennis. I think our passing attack definitely has improved with Russ. Russ getting better, but we've got weapons on the outside in Barron Wells, Strip Branch, Tate Van Hoosier. So we've got to get them the ball. Our running game probably still will remain. I think it's getting better with the addition of Logan Smiley in the lineup. Logan's quick, savvy, a good football player, and maybe can be an outside threat where Travion is an inside threat, and Travion will wear people out trying to tackle him all night long.
Just about 18 minutes before we kick this one off, Bob, you talk about that passing attack some, and it starts kind of with that offensive line of Caldwell County. Bashir getting excellent pass protection so far this season.
We've got some really good, stout kids in the lineup as far as the offense goes. We are really proud of Brady Holman in that his first game, it was really shaky as far as the snap is concerned. But since then, he's been Mr. Automatic in getting the ball back to Russ, which I'm sure has to take a measure off Russ's mind, trying to figure out, well, first thing I got to do is catch the ball, pick it up on the ground or whatever. But when it comes directly back to you, you got your mind free and you can make your choice as to whether the run, pass, or whatever comes up in your mind as to what you see on the field.
Beautiful night here at Tiger Stadium. Sun just now starting to set, and cool temperatures. It's going to be around 50 degrees at kickoff, down in the low 40s by the time this one's over. So a perfect night for football. 16 and a half minutes left before we kick this one off. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll take it down to the sideline for the first time tonight. All that's still to come on the Stephen Show Plumbing pregame show on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Magnolia 2 wants to wish all Tiger athletes the best of luck this season. Go Tigers!
Raider Auction Company is owned and operated by Delbert Raider. Delbert has been in the agricultural field for over 40 years and is well known for his knowledge of used equipment. Raider Auction holds 4 consignment auctions a year, and they buy and sell equipment on a daily basis. If you're looking for a piece of equipment, they'll do their best to locate it, and financing is available. Contact Delbert Raider at 270-881-2610 or Amy Ezel at 270-604-2880 for all your used equipment needs. Raider Auction Company, Skyline Drive.
Go Tigers from Taco John. Have a great season, Tiger athletes.
U-Ride has upped their game. As a matter of fact, it's a whole new ball game. It's an all-new sales team, bringing 33 years of experience to work for you. They're here to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and they do it all safely with a personalized hometown feel. More variety with better quality. On-the-lot financing, and you can apply safely online at uridesales.com. Call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff. U-Ride on the Marion Road, Princeton, 270-365-3860.
At First Southern National Bank, we place a high value on
This might make mine just a little bit louder.
With that in mind, we are taking steps that demonstrate how much we care about you. Our drive-through lanes will be available for daily needs, while in-person services can be scheduled by appointment. Take advantage of our online banking, our mobile banking app, and a friendly team member answering your call. Visit fsnb.net to learn more. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC. Microphone activated.
Back to Tiger Stadium, continuing on with the Stephen Show Plumbing pregame show. Bob, taking a look at the defense for Caldwell County real quick before we go down with Todd. Defensively, Jack Stevens, a leading tackler so far. Not really what you want from a safety position to be your leading tackler, but doing a good job early in the season. Tonight, we look for a lot more hits from Drew Davis, Elijah Shaheen, and that crew down along the line, maybe the linebacking core, as Murray's going to keep it on the ground quite a bit.
And then you're right, Dennis. We want to neutralize that offensive line so they don't create holes, gaps, or for their backs to run through. So it's going to be a good night for the linebackers to fill the gaps, get in the way of the Murray runners and bring them down. And then we've got, if they're not going to be a passing team tonight, we've got Barron Wells, Trip Branch, and Max Kramer back there, as well as Jack Stevens, who can really cover some ground.
So we look for them. We like those guys back there and hope we come up with a couple of picks tonight, but you look for a big game out of Shaheen and Davis and that bunch. Just about 13 and a half minutes before we kick this one off here tonight from Tiger Stadium. We're going to take it down to the field first time tonight now and check in with our sideline reporter, Todd Griffin.
All right, Dennis, we're down here getting ready for the game like everyone else. Chris George is with me, and Chris, it seems like ages since we were here at Tiger Stadium last.
Todd, I really can't remember the last time we were at Tiger Stadium. It was like walking in for the first game of the year again tonight.
Still kind of a different atmosphere, not quite the buzz you have before a game. That anytime there's a big football game here at Tiger Stadium, there's kind of that buzz in the crowd. Well, we've got a big game tonight with Murray, but not enough people here yet to get that buzz going.
Yeah, Caldwell and Murray, when the two sets of Tigers get together, usually it's a big deal, and tonight it's like every week. It almost feels like every game's a scrimmage, and that's just the feel we have tonight. It's like a scrimmage.
To me, one of the toughest things to figure out this year is exactly where all the teams kind of rank. Usually by this point in the season, we kind of have a feel for how good each team is. Well, right now, I'm not really sure exactly where Caldwell County is at. I'm not really sure where Murray is at. Murray is 3-2, but hasn't played a district game yet. Caldwell is 2-2. But, we've looked really good at some times and not quite as good at other times. So it's just hard to get a feel for things.
Well, and I've got to think that's got to be difficult on the coaches as well, trying to scout, look at what somebody's tendencies are. You have preparation all week, and who knows, on Thursday that preparation may change. So how much do you really go all in preparing for somebody, knowing on Thursday you may have to pivot and transfer to something else? So it's just got to be tough on everybody, and I can't imagine what the players are going through.
Well, if you try to compare scores, which is always a dangerous thing, and coaches say don't do that, Caldwell County looks a little bit better than Murray doing that. But at the same time, Murray's kind of had the bug that Caldwell's had a couple of times where they turn the ball over a little bit. So this game's going to come down, obviously, to who can take care of the football.
Well, and I also think tonight when Caldwell gets together with Murray, of course, you throw out the records, you throw out the stats, and it's going to come down to which team wants it more, just because there's a lot of pride on the line when the Tigers play the Tigers. But the other point I would make is it's just so much up in the air, just so many unknowns going into this. So I just think it's going to be take assessment at halftime and who can make the most adjustments.
It's been a great series, I think, between the two schools. Murray holds a slight lead, 17-15-1. If Caldwell had won the playoff game last year, they'd be dead even right now.
Well, there's been a couple of times over the past couple of years we've given a couple to Murray that you go back and you look, and it's like, how did they beat us? We were better. And, knowing you're probably going to see them in about 3 or 4 weeks in the first round of the playoffs likely, once again, Murray in the past, I know it's under different coaching staff, they kind of okey-doked us a couple of times, showed us one thing, in the playoffs showed something completely different. So who knows?
If there's one thing Murray pretty consistently has done in the past, though, it's come out and kind of punch you in the face to start the game. They're going to try to run the football. At different times, they've tried to create more of a passing game, put that into the offense, but Murray is typically a pretty physical football team.
Well, when we walked in, I was marveling at that nice-sized offensive line. So I think our front three are going to have their hands full because they had some legit big boys up front that I think are probably going to be some road graders and move some people around. So Shaheen, Davis, they're going to have their hands full tonight. Long.
Now, if you're a Caldwell County fan, I think there's things to be excited about tonight. When the Tigers take care of the football, they're a very good football team. So, again, it's going to come back down to taking care of the football and putting together some drives. It's not really a quick strike Caldwell offense that we've kind of become accustomed to in the past, but it's a team that can put points on the board if they take care of the ball.
Well, and, not knowing much about Murray, Caldwell's probably going to be the best team Murray has faced to date, whereas with Caldwell, we've seen a very big, athletic Hopkinsville team. We've seen a very good Mayfield team that had a great running game. So I think that favors the Tigers. If I had to put checks in, I would check that the Caldwell Tigers have faced a little bit better competition to this date.
All Tigers here tonight, guys. Caldwell County and Murray getting ready to go at it, and guys just don't really know what to expect here tonight. It's going to be dependent on who takes care of the football.
All right, Todd, thank you for that report down on the sideline. Just under 9 minutes before we kick this one off. Bob, the guys kind of alluded to it a little bit, but one thing that we do want to address here in the pregame on this one, the two losses Caldwell County had, they dug significant holes early in those games. 20-0 against Hopkinsville, 14-0 against Mayfield, both those first quarter scores. So if we come out of the gate better, and I'm sure Coach Barnes mentioned it to you on the Saturday morning quarterback, I remember, that they've got to do a better job coaching these kids to start the game. And I wonder how much focus has been on that the last couple of weeks to get out, maybe score first, but at least don't dig yourself that hole where you're playing comeback all night.
Well, I'm sure that's been brought up more than on one occasion to the team, Dennis, and you're right. We cannot get behind the 8 ball because then that takes you into a passing team and people can sit back and pick off balls, whatever the situation is. So we cannot get off and we can't turn the ball over early in the game like we did against Hopkinsville and against Tillman. Against Mayfield, we just weren't awake to start that game. Maybe the 45-minute power delay was part of Mayfield's game plan.
I think it actually did play a little bit of a part in that game as both teams kind of stayed around on the sideline trying to get loose. You didn't have a locker room to go to with all the COVID things going on right now, so that may have played a part. But looking ahead, Caldwell County and Murray, generally this game, most seasons, you expect to be a first-round playoff game, the way they have the district set up. Mayfield is still top of the 2A right now in the RPI rankings, even though everybody says Mayfield's down a little bit, and maybe they are. I mean, we've got a good team. We played them to 1 point at third place. But in all likelihood, Mayfield, with the win over us, should get the number 1 seed. Murray still to play them next week. So Ballard would be the opening round opponent for Mayfield. Caldwell and Murray would square off with the 2-3 seeds. So the winner of this game, in all likelihood, will host a first-round game in about 5 weeks.
And that's another reason why we've got to come out and play well tonight, get the victory, get home field advantage, because one thing we know that one of Murray's leading ground gainers will not play tonight. Obviously, he'll probably be ready for the playoff game later in the year. So we've got to come out and really get established early tonight.
Yeah, that's what our counterparts down the way in the broadcast booth said. This may not be the same team at several different spots that we might play here in about a month in the first round of the playoffs.
And we've got to build on our fortunes that we had in Mayfield, especially over the last 3 quarters, and just come out and attack and just find out where maybe Murray is the weakest and go from there. I'm really pleased that we've got 2 backs now in the backfield, that we're not just relying on Travion to carry the running attack. We know we can throw the ball, and we know we've got 3 guys that can catch it. So running game is going to be a big key tonight.
I think if we get protection and not let the Lawrence kid in the backfield a lot, because he goes both ways, not let him get back there and be in the face of Bashir tonight, get some protection, get it down the field. I'm looking for some big things out of those wideouts tonight. Bob, let's drop down kind of different situations this year with all the pandemic issues. Coin toss is taking place between the coaches before the game. Coin toss tonight brought to you by Flawless Realty. Are you ready to sell your home? Call Flawless Realty today and let a realtor help you sell it. Ready to buy a home? Don't waste precious time. Flawless Realty can help you, and interest rates are still very low. They'll work hard to find you a home that will fit you and your family and your budget. Contact Flawless Realty at 270-365-5058 or stop by 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. You can also check out their listings on Facebook and at flawlessrealty.com. And, Bob, I'll give it to you for the results of that coin toss.
And I haven't, nobody's told me.
Oh, they came, I thought you heard when they came down. Murray won the toss and have decided to defer to the second half. So Caldwell County will receive to start this ball game out, and I apologize for that. I thought that you might have heard Frankie when he came down and told us about that a little bit earlier.
And while we've got a few minutes, Dennis, on the injury report, which is brought to us by Dr. Mike Littlejohn. Dr. Mike likes to wish the Tigers a safe and successful season. Dr. Mike Littlejohn, your one-stop shop for all your sports medical needs, and we are truly healthy tonight, the full squad is. So Coach Barnes told me he was looking for more opportunities for Logan Smiley. Logan's been nursing at Achilles, not an Achilles, but a hamstring, and he should be back really 100% tonight.
Well, that's great, and that's a full complement of guys. I think the 2 weeks off may have helped. I mean, we wanted to play against Glasgow, but sometimes you get a healthy team up before a big district game. That pays just as much. And I apologize for putting you deer in headlights with the results of the coin toss tonight. So
I was looking on the teleprompter and never did see anything, so I didn't know what was up.
So we've got that taken care of. About 3 minutes before we kick this one off, that's going to do it for us tonight on the Stephen Show Plumbing pregame show. Stephen Show Plumbing is dedicated to ensuring their customers' plumbing needs are met in a timely and professional manner. They provide basic services such as leaky faucet repair and drain cleaning to major remodels and new construction. Have a great season this year, Tigers from Show Plumbing. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be set to kick this one off. It's Caldwell County and Murray, and a home field playoff game probably on the line tonight here at Tiger Stadium. So stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
This is Carol at the Woodall Agency. I'm asking you for the opportunity to give you a quote for your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, or mobile home. With competitive rates and several companies to choose from, you'll be getting the insurance that is right for you. Premiums keep getting higher. Give me a call today at 365-5541 or 601-5001 at our Lyon County office. We would love to have you as part of our Woodall Agency family.
Because during this extremely difficult time in healthcare, many are afraid to go to the hospital or the doctor's office. Some folks may miss the opportunity to have Penny Royal Hospice help them through the most difficult of times.
No, go ahead and play the opening. We'll do it.
Additional care needed at end of life without a hospital or doctor's visit. Penny Royal Hospice. It's about living to the fullest.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we at the Edge Media Group want to join with you to show support all month and especially Think Pink Week 2020, October 26th through the 30th. Be listening for conversations each day that week focusing on research, support, encouragement, and resources throughout our communities. We will even have special music from Aaron Goodman on October 29th. Order your Think Pink t-shirt now at our loyal listener Big Deal store or make a donation today. All donations and proceeds will benefit the Pink Ribbon Network. We encourage you to think pink. Learn more at WPKYonline.com.
Enjoy your favorite Mexican food at La Pontesina Mexican Restaurant. They're open 7 days a week. It is recommended to wear a face mask while walking in and out of the restaurant. They're operating at limited seating capacity and offering carry-out service. Just wear your mask when you pick up your order. Always practice social distancing. They appreciate your business and are ready to serve you. Stay safe. La Pontesina Mexican Restaurant, Princeton and Marion.
The time for talk is over. It's game time. Caldwell County football lives on WPKY. Let's check in with the WPKY sports crew live at the stadium.
And back to Tiger Stadium. Dennis Stevens, Bob Hayes, John Miller up in the booth with you tonight. Down on the field, Todd Griffin. We'll check with him throughout the ball game. They've added a little bit of time on to the pregame clock, so we still have about 6.5 minutes to go.
Your Caldwell County Tigers. At this time, would you
and we are going to have the national anthem now. Then we will come back, have the prayer, and the kickoff coming up here from Tiger Stadium.
Land of pride.
And another great performance by the Caldwell County Band of Pride. And Bob, one of the more disappointing things, I guess, all year with the COVID restrictions that we have here at the football game, we're glad to have the fall sports go on. It's been disappointing not to be able to watch the performance by the Band of Pride at halftime this season.
And obviously disappointing to them as well, because over the last 4 or 5 years, we've seen them really improve year by year by year. Music sounding tonight with the national anthem, really a nice, I didn't hear an off note one. And so you hate for those young people to not be able to perform and do their thing.
Just about 4 minutes before we kick this one off, every week, Bob and I will have a prayer for the team, and we'll do that now as we get closer to kickoff time. Holy God, thank you for another Friday night. We ask that you protect each student that steps on the field tonight, and we also ask that you bless the efforts of each student in ways they never thought possible. In Jesus' name we pray.
And further, Lord, we ask you to give courage and sportsmanship to the players, patience and understanding to the coaches, wisdom and knowledge to the game officials, and lastly, peace to us all. We ask these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Beautiful night here for football. It's going to be clear. It's going to be cool. We got a little bit of a breeze. The flag about halfway out right now in the scoreboard end zone. Temperature will be around 50 at kickoff, dipping down to 43, 44 degrees by the time we wrap this one up later on tonight. Want to pass along a reminder to everybody here, and we'll try to do this again at halftime, Bob, if you'll help me remember this one. The Caldwell County Youth Incorporated gave us this. Boys and girls wishing to play Caldwell County Youth Incorporated Little League basketball this season must sign up by October 31st. Youngsters in grades K through 6 are eligible. Cost is $25 for players in grades K through 2nd and $50 for those in grades 3 through 6. Registration forms will be available at the Athletic Center next week. And sign-ups will also be held at the Ratliff Park Complex on Monday from 4:30 to 6:30, and again on Saturday, Halloween Day, from 10 a.m. until noon. Again, all youngsters must sign up by October 31st to play Youth Incorporated Little League basketball.
And that brings back a lot of memories, Dennis. The Finkles.
I wondered if you would go there tonight, Bob.
25 or 30, 40 years ago maybe. That was a great period in my life where we had some young men that not only could we coach them, but they responded to coaching and played well.
And that's going to be a forever running joke between Bob and myself. The first Little League basketball game I was ever involved in, Finkles beat us. We were Osting Oil. Finkles beat us 63-9 was the final in that one. So right down to the wire for my first Little League basketball game, and I'll always remember the coach on the other side, Bob Hayes, coaching Finkles Fair Store.
I had some help on that. That was Kent Reed and Barry Bannister as well on that. Not everything that I did that night, but the kids really responded well. And while we got a minute, Dennis, let me tell you the first quarter is going to be brought to us by Cozy Living. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique has been under the ownership and management of Pam and Hab Haberlock for the past 3 years. Beautiful furniture, bedding, accessories, and gifts. They are also your local U-Haul dealer. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living, everything a home should be.
We'll take 5 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY Princeton. Both teams on the sidelines. Murray starting to come out. Murray will be in the black pants with the white jerseys, black numerals. Caldwell County all blue tonight with the gold numbers and gold helmets. And under a minute to go in this one. Bob, we've got just a minute to field here before they kick off. Murray's got a unique situation in the kicking game, if you want to mention that young lady's name.
Yes, Murray has a young lady that's a kicker. She is number 33, Kyra Jones. She has attempted one field goal this year and made it. She has not attempted an extra point yet. The extra point kicker is 6 out of 12. So we may see her do an extra point or two tonight. Hopefully they don't get in the end zone for that to happen, but she could also be an extra point kicker too tonight.
And as the teams wait for the scoreboard to wind down, I want to say special hello to Jim and Pat Englebright watching the game in Florida tonight. So appreciate those guys checking in with us tonight. I'm going to do away with the chair, stand up and get ready for this one, Bob. Murray has it teed up at the 40 as they won the toss and elected to defer the ball to Caldwell County to start this ball game. Caldwell County has Wells back as one of the two back deep.
And the Caldwell two backs are moving up to the 15-yard line. We noticed in the pregame the kicker wasn't, he would kick it only about 35 yards.
Would not surprise me if this goes to an up back unless he really gets hold of one. Set for kickoff here. Ball is in the air. It's going to be received at the 11. Takes it up the middle, tries to get outside, slips one tackler, gets to the left side across the 30 and pushed out of bounds near the 35-yard line. That looked like Tripp Branch. No, Max Kramer on the return. Kickoff's brought to you by Purcell Tire. Let's kick off this season with a vehicle checkup with Purcell Tire in Princeton. Keep your vehicle running great so you'll never be late for school, work, or the ball game with the help of Purcell Tire, Highway 62 West in Princeton. Caldwell County starts this one out 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Trip set to the right, single receiver on the near side. Bashir takes it. Quick hit to the far side, complete to Wells across the 40. He's got some room, 50, and he's off to the races. It's going to be a touchdown right out of the gate. Touchdown, Tigers.
And no flags, Dennis.
No flags that we can see. Wes Bashir, a quick hit on a receiver screen to Barron Wells. And Caldwell County covers the distance, 6-0 Tigers. That's the way to start a ball game, Bob.
That's the way to get the goal scoring started.
Blake Viverette in to try the extra point. Taco John's extra point attempt. Snap is high, brought down, kick is up. Plenty of distance if it's through, and it is. Viverette with the extra point. Extra points brought to you by Taco John's. Mexi rolls are back at Taco John's in Princeton. That same handmade, crispy, flaky tortilla stuffed with seasoned beef, beans, and melted cheese for a unique flavor. Open until midnight, so run by after the game and grab something from Taco John's, a proud sponsor of Caldwell County Athletics. And Bob, slowly but surely, you and I are kind of eating our way through our sponsors, if you will, this season. We've gone to Taco John's after a game, picked up some Little Caesars before the game tonight. The crew down the way came in. They were still munching on some carry-out Polly-Eyes pizza tonight. So we appreciate all of the sponsors helping bring us Tiger football this season.
Absolutely, and I could have sat here and had about 4 more of your pieces of pizza, Dennis.
You're welcome to. We'll snack on it all through the game. 21 seconds in, Caldwell County on the board, 7-0 over Murray. Viverette will get set to give it back to Murray. Kick is up. Nice kick. Right down the middle of the field. Fielded at the 14-yard line. Bobbled, picked up across the 20, and hit, brought down. I think that's Jack Stevens on the hit at the 31-yard line. So Murray High will have decent field position to start out. Quarterback for Murray, as we talked about, is Rodney Sokolowski. Just around 50% on the season, but really the passing game struggling for Murray this season. Only 2 out of 5 last week against Union County with 2 interceptions. Sokolowski's been intercepted 10 times on the season. That will explain the extra tight end in the lineup. Sokolowski takes it, keeps it himself, goes to the left side, up across the 30, has a blocker across the 35, and down to the 37-yard line. A lot of design runs for Sokolowski. He's really not going to drop back and decide to run very much. It's going to be a lot of Rowdy Sokolowski and Brendan Danke tonight. Danke number 26.
And then, as we ought to point out on our first play from scrimmage, Russ had perfect protection against the big, huge Murray defensive line and got that ball off nicely. Great block on the edge by whoever set Barron Wells up on that with a nice block.
They send both their wide receivers out to the right side. Man coverage for those two. Handoff is to Danke. Danke breaks loose, flag on the play, gets to midfield before he's brought down, but in the area where you generally expect a hold, flag down at the 38-yard line. We'll see what the call is going to be.
Flag on the play.
Still never did see the signal, or now he's giving it. Holding against Murray is the call, so that'll negate that first down run. I think there's two holding flags. Oh, no, they said a false start on one and holding on the other. So ball's going to be spotted at the 27-yard line.
Should be second and 14.
So we'll call it second and long till we straighten that out. Second and 12 on the board, but you're right, Bob. Should be second and 14. Sokolowski in the backfield. Takes a snap, rolls right, gets some pressure, throws, incomplete. Looking for Danke. He had good pressure. Danke did, trying to get away from Clayton Wofford.
And had some running room if he had been able to hang on to that ball.
So that's going to bring up third down and long for Murray. Bob Love getting a lot of text from the listeners tonight, checking out the game. Brad Adams has us on the big screen tonight, so thank you, Brad, for checking in with us and watching the live stream on WPKYonline.com. Sokolowski back over the middle, complete at the 32 to Danke, brought down at the 39-yard line. Be short of a first down. On the hit was number 44, Davis. So it's going to bring up fourth down for Murray. 7-0 Tigers early in this one. Tigers scored on the first play of the ball game. Looks like Murray setting up like they're going to go for it, Bob. Fourth down and a short two.
Well, yeah, the big kid's not in the backfield.
Keeper Sokolowski takes it and looks like he's going to have enough for the first, but barely. Bob, we're going to talk about that big kid a lot tonight. He's number 50, Sebastian Lawrence. A highly recruited offensive and defensive lineman.
And this is what Murray wants to do, ground control, take time off the clock, 9 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. Caldwell up in this game 7-0 so far.
Caldwell has everybody within 5 yards. Now the corners drop back a little bit, handoff up the middle. Nothing there for Murray at all.
And that play never developed at all. It was stuffed from the opening snap.
Yeah, Danke, no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up for Murray. As we said, Murray plays Mayfield next week. That game will settle out how things are going to be as far as the playoffs go. If Mayfield were to upset Murray, it'll be a three-way tie, and we'll have to sort that one out. If Mayfield wins it, then Murray and Caldwell County will play the 2-3 seed game, and the winner of this one will be the host.
Murray is confused, and they're going to have to call a timeout.
Timeout called on the field, and want to tell you about our timeouts this season. They are brought to you by Travis Construction and Concrete. Travis Construction and Concrete for all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. Good luck, Tigers, and here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete. We'll take a 30-second break and be back. Tigers up 7-0. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
U-Ride has upped their game. As a matter of fact, it's a whole new ball game. It's an all-new sales team, bringing 33 years of experience to work for you. They're here to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and they do it all safely with a personalized hometown feel. More variety with better quality. On-the-lot financing, and you can apply safely online at uridesales.com. Call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff. U-Ride on the Marion Road, Princeton, 270-365-3018.
Microphone activated.
And welcome back to the game. 8 minutes, 41 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Murray getting their play in from the sideline, and for the call here is my buddy Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Taking a long time to get this play in out of a timeout. They're still shuffling players in from the sideline.
And here's that.
And still another player coming in. A lot of confusion out of Murray Tigers just trying to get this game in. Referees throw the flag on that one, delay a game. And that's a rarity out of a timeout, that a team takes a timeout and comes back and still can't get the play off in the 25 seconds. So that'll back them up 5 yards. 2nd and 15 coming up for Murray.
They were in that formation that they ran quite a bit out of last week at Union County in that double tight end situation. Nobody flanked wide.
Looks like that's what they're going to. Stacked backs in the backfield with Sokolowski. Handoff goes to Danke. Picks his way up for a gain out to the 40-yard line. So just a couple on the pickup. Russ Bashir on the tackle. So Murray will have 3rd and long with 8:20 to go in the first quarter. Caldwell County leads this one 7-0 on a beautiful night here at Tiger Stadium. Just classic fall weather tonight. Temperature in the upper 40s by now. Spread out offense for Murray on this one. Sokolowski drops back, gets some pressure, throws incomplete, and almost picked off on the tip. Wells almost had it. Danke was the intended receiver, went off his fingertips, and Wells was about a half a yard away from picking that one off. Now 4th down and 13 for Murray, and they do bring out the punt unit.
And we ought to point out on that play the receiver was wide open and probably had another chance to pick up 5 yards or more if he makes the catch.
So Kolowski, the punter, almost has it blocked, gets away a nice kick. This one's going to bounce at the 30 and take a Murray bounce inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Thought for a second Caldwell County was going to get him. He rolled quite a bit, about like the style Trip Branch uses to punt for Caldwell County.
Just about had it blocked. You're right, Dennis.
Instead, gets a favorable bounce, and Caldwell County will take over from their own 18-yard line with 7:46 to go in the first quarter and a 7-0 lead. So Bashir in the backfield. He has Travion Samuel, 2 receivers each side. Bashir takes a snap. Hand off to Samuel. Is going to go left side, hit, and is going to be dropped for a loss. Back to the 17-yard line, so he'll lose 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11 coming up for the Tigers. Murray big on that offensive and defensive lines. Snap is back. Bashir, quick hit to Wells again. Wells one-on-one trying to get to the outside. Stiff arms. Now tries to turn it back in. Still on his feet, fighting for all he can. And maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. Not much more than that. Bob, where's the roster? You have the roster for Murray. Number 70.
70 is Gage Jacobs.
Mm-hmm. Don't know what the program might list him at, but he fills out a jersey pretty wide. 2 receivers each side for Caldwell County.
We lost 1 yard on that play, so
So it's still 3rd down and 11 for the Tigers. Whistle blows from the sideline. And I think some equipment issue for Caldwell County. Is that Branch or Wells on that far side?
If it's
I think it's Branch.
I think it was Tripp, yes, number 3.
They've got that taken care of. Branch and Van Hoosier, the far side receivers. Wells and Kramer near side. Looks like Murray's going to bring the pressure, and Caldwell County saw that, decided to take the timeout. Murray lined up, was going to bring 6, so Caldwell County calls a timeout and see what they'll play out of this one. 6:12 to go in the first quarter. Tigers lead this one 7-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
This is Casey McCoy, and I'm a mortgage loan processor at Farmers Bank. One of my favorite things about our home loan process is that you can apply online whenever it's convenient for you. By applying online, your information is sent directly to our lenders. It's quick and easy and a good way to jumpstart your loan. Apply today at yournxtbank.com. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Raider Auction Company is owned and operated by Delbert Raider. Delbert has been in the agricultural field for over 40 years and is well known for his knowledge of used equipment. Raider Auction holds 4 consignment auctions a year, and they buy and sell equipment on a daily basis. If you're looking for a piece of equipment, they'll do their best to locate it, and financing is available. Contact Delbert Raider at 270-881-2610 or Amy Ezel at 270-604-2880 for all your used equipment needs. Raider Auction Company, Skyline Drive.
Microphone activated.
And back to Tiger Stadium. Pass complete to Wells, brought out of bounds at the 25-yard line. I'm sorry about that, Bob. So it's going to bring up 4th down for Caldwell County.
Dennis, I was asleep at the wheel on that time. I was watching the play unfold.
I was starting to too, and I got to listening. So Branch is going to drop back. Tigers in punt formation. 4th and 3 for the Tigers. And I say Tigers, not both teams are Tigers, so I guess you can assume when I say Tigers, the home standing team. Branch with a nice kick, takes a good bounce at the 45 all the way down, and it'll stop rolling at the 30-yard line. So a good kick for Tripp Branch, and Murray's Tigers will come out 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line with 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Bob, it looks like the wind picking up a little bit on the field tonight. Flag a little bit, standing out a little bit more in that end of the end zone.
It's one of those subtle breezes. You don't feel it until you look at the flag, and yeah, it's probably up around 5, 6, 7 miles per hour.
Murray High going left to right on your radio dial here in the first quarter. Sokolowski brings the offense out, trailing 7-0. Caldwell County really bringing everybody up in a 5-yard box. Danke with the run, picks up maybe a yard on the play before he's brought down.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him maybe 2 on that play.
So a good stop by that Tiger defense. They're going to have their hands full tonight with the Lawrence kid and also the Gage Jacobs. Both of them with good size.
And both of them are seniors as well.
Murray runs players in very late on the offense. I'm not sure if they don't have 12 players. Referee counting them right now. Looks like they were okay. Quick hit to the sideline. Complete at the 32-yard line. Nice tackle at the 35 by Kramer. Pass is complete to number 81.
Is Daniel Kluken.
Kramer with the tackle.
Pick up a 3 yards on that pass.
Bring up 3rd down and 5 for Murray.
And one thing Murray does, they do go back in a huddle, and most of the times they're running players in and out. So not so on this particular play.
Tripp set to the left for Murray. Unusual. Sokolowski's going to keep it himself. Look that way. Caught from behind. Carried the ball dangerously, but was able to hold on to it and enough to pick up a 1st down. Brought down at the 43-yard line. We'll move it to the 44. I'm sorry, Bob. We'll spot it at the 44.
I think it's at the 43, Dennis.
Kind of close up. I really like, you made the comment in Mayfield a couple of weeks ago, how the hash marks are a little bit more towards the center of the field at Mayfield. Tight formation, extra tight end, 2 tight ends for Murray. Stack backs in the backfield. Fake to Danke. Sokolowski keeps it, gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Russ Bashir on the tackle for Caldwell County.
Pick up of 3 yards, brings up 2nd and 7 for the Murray Tigers.
3:36 to go in the first quarter. Caldwell County leads this one. Scored on a pass play on the first play of the game. Another compact lineup for Murray. Sokolowski spins, keeps it himself, picks up about 2 more out to the 49-yard line. Sokolowski's really not trying to sell that fake very much to Danke. He's just kind of a pirouette back there and then back up to the line. Murray in a little bit more urgency early in this one. They're getting back to the line pretty quick. Sokolowski set to take the snap. Looks to the sideline. Maybe changing their play. Still 15 seconds on the play clock. Snap back again, same play. Hits a hole in the line up across the 45 of Caldwell County and down near the 40. We'll see where they'll spot this one, but it's enough for another Murray first down. Spotting this one on the 40-yard line.
Pick up 11 yards on that run for Sokolowski.
They went in right behind number 50 on the play. Sebastian Lawrence, a highly recruited kid out of Murray. Just about every OVC school has offered a scholarship to him. 2 receivers to the right for Sokolowski. Hand off to Danke. Goes to the other side, finds a hole. He found some space, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Murray. Brendan Danke with the touchdown for Murray. That coming with 2:04 to go in the first quarter. A couple of big runs, Sokolowski and Danke.
And we'll see what they'll do on their extra point. Dennis, it looks like it's number 5 maybe, who is their, Caden King is their regular extra point kicker.
Good snap, kick is up, and good. So with 2:04 left to go in the first quarter, we're tied at 7. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
We're your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. We're your store for quality with brilliant and durable paints in a variety of sheens and thousands of colors. We're your store for service with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. We're your local experts, and we're here to help with all your painting projects. Benjamin Moore at Joyner Hardware on Main Street in Princeton.
KFC Princeton invites you to come in and enjoy a meal. Or, of course, the drive-thru is always open. The restaurant is open with limited capacity. You'll find that posted on the front door. And all tables are set up for social distancing. You are encouraged to wear your mask when entering and exiting the business. There is no buffet at this time. All dine-in orders are packaged as if they are to-go orders. Enjoy your favorite meal at KFC on the Marion Road in Princeton. Dine-in, carry-out, or drive-thru. They are here to serve you.
Microphone activated.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium. 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Murray just having romped 40 yards on the play. And they're lining up for kickoff. I didn't see the...
Oh, we can send it down to Todd on the sideline report real quick.
Hey, Dennis, the Caldwell County coaching staff incensed down here. Murray doing some cutting up front on some of those run plays. A couple of times defender will be engaged, and you'll have another player come in and cut, kind of high-lowing them on those plays, and the Tiger coaching staff really wanting those calls.
All right, thank you for that, Todd. Kickoff received at the 16-yard line by Kramer. Gets out of bounds around the 30-yard line. We'll see where it's marked, but very dangerous and illegal play, Todd. If that is going on down there, hopefully the referees will get a handle on that situation. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line for Russ Bashir and his offense. 1:57 to go in the first quarter. Knotted at 7. Trip set to the left. Usually leaves Branch, lone receiver on the right. Samuel in the backfield. Keeper, Bashir across the 35, 40 and out of bounds.
Number 14, Russ Bashir on the keeper.
And that'll be enough for a first down. Lake Barkley CrossFit sponsors our first down. You can never be too healthy, too strong, or in too good of health. Lake Barkley CrossFit has classes designed for anyone at any fitness level and always free to come and try. Lake Barkley CrossFit, where the athletes train.
11-yard run that time by Russ.
Single receiver each side. 3-back backfield this time, 2 stacked. Samuel in back of Bashir. One-on-one going to the left side. Complete at the 30. Wells with a nice cutback across the 20. Picking up a blocker in front with Van Hoosian. He's going to take this one back to the house. Great cutback, good throw from Bashir down to Wells.
Great catch, too, over the shoulder catch, quick, superbly defended. But Russ drops it over his right shoulder. Barron catches it, cuts back toward the center of the field, and he's gone.
That's a leading candidate for the old quick cut of the game right there from Big Boy's Barbershop. As Wells took it to the other side, whistle blows before the extra point attempt can be put up. We'll see what went on with that one.
That play covered 59 yards, coming with 1 minute, 33 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Flag on the play. I'm not sure if it was an illegal shift. I think it went against Murray. I think the signal was against Murray. But they did stop the extra point attempt, Taco John's extra point attempt. I don't think it's going to move it up enough where Coach Barnes is going to decide to go for 2. So just be a little bit closer attempt for Vivaret. Snap is down, kick is up, and Taco John's extra point is good. 1:33 to go in the first quarter. Caldwell County back out in front, 14-7. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
U-Ride has upped their game. As a matter of fact, it's a whole new ball game. It's an all-new sales team, bringing 33 years of experience to work for you. They're here to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and do it all safely with a personalized hometown feel. More variety with better quality. On-the-lot financing, and you can apply safely online at uridesales.com. Call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff. U-Ride on the Marion Road, Princeton, 270-365-38C.
At First Southern National Bank, we place a high value on the well-being of our customers and communities. With that in mind, we are taking steps that demonstrate how much we care about you. Our drive-through lanes will be available for daily needs, while in-person services can be scheduled by appointment. Take advantage of our online banking, our mobile banking app, and a friendly team member answering your call. Visit fsnb.net to learn more. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium. The ball in the air, kickoff, and I'll turn it over to my buddy Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Caught at the 10-yard line. Got some room. I think that's Danke out to the 40-yard line. That one almost disastrous for Murray, as both their deep backs went for the ball at the same time, almost like you see in a baseball game. Nobody called it, and 2 of them trying to catch it at the 10. Danke able to pull it in and returns it nicely out to the 40-yard line. That last penalty on the Taco John's extra point was too many players on the field. So Murray will take over 1st and 10. Murray keeping it predominantly on the ground here in the first quarter. Sokolowski tries to get to the outside on the far sideline, pulled down from behind after a pickup of about 2 on the play. Clock running with 1:10 left in the first quarter. Elijah Shaheen on the tackle for Caldwell County.
Caldwell County so far, Dennis, in the game, Russ Bashir is 4 out of 4 with 2 touchdowns, both of them to Barron Wells.
Pretty good first quarter stats.
Yeah, exactly.
2 touchdown passes already.
Over 100 yards so far in the air.
Dankey's going to come out into a slot receiver set. Sokolowski, empty backfield. Sokolowski keeps it, comes right side, got a blocker in front of him. Out across the 45, slung, stayed on his feet and gets close to midfield. Jack Stevens in on the tackle for Caldwell County.
I think they're going to give him the first down on that play there.
And the spot is going to be spotted at the 50, enough for a first down. Tripp Branch getting a little instruction from Coach McGowan, I think, on that one.
Yeah, we
go ahead and wrap it up and bring him down. And I think the sling kind of slingshotted him up into a couple other Tiger defenders, but enough for a first down. I think Murray's going to let the clock run out on the first quarter. Won't be far for the players to switch sides on. Ball spotted at midfield after 1 quarter of play. It's Caldwell County 14, Murray 7. Back with second quarter action after this. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
Black Patch Grill says, go Tigers. Good luck this season.
As a community-owned enterprise, the Princeton Electric Plant Board provides services to the people in the Princeton area. One of the services they provide is to make sure the lights are on over our fields and courts for our Caldwell County Tigers. From everyone at the Princeton Electric Plant Board, good luck to all of the Caldwell County Tigers and hopes for a safe season and a big electric roar to their Tigers. Tate Van Hooser, Addie Vincent, Lily Horde, and Easton Kizzy.
A yearly flu vaccine is important now more than ever amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Protect yourself and your loved ones against flu viruses. At Caldwell Medical Center, they are making it easy and convenient. Skip the wait and get your flu shot at their drive-through site, September the 28th through October the 2nd and October 5th through the 9th by appointment only. To schedule an appointment, please call them at 270-365-0333.
Microphone activated.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Second quarter underway. Second quarter being brought to you by Cozy Living, Interiors and Boutique. Stop in and see Pam and Hab. They're also your local U-Haul dealer. Lots of sales out there. So stop by and see what you can pick up next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. And Dennis, I'll let you take it over from here.
All right, Sokolowski with Dankey in motion. Sokolowski drops back, gets some pressure, throws it downfield. Receiver wide open at the 30, down to the 20. One tackler to beat, misses him, and gets into the end zone. That was number 30.
Andrew Orr.
Andrew Orr with the catch. And Shaheen just almost comes in with the sack. Sokolowski felt the pressure and probably felt Shaheen. Got the ball away and wide open, or at the 30-yard line, takes it the rest of the way. Murray setting up for the extra point. That score coming with 11:47 left in the second. Kick is up, and kick is good. So early in the second quarter, we're tied at 14. We'll take a break and be back. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Thank you to everyone for joining the Edge Media Group for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Let's show our support all month, and especially Think Pink Week 2020, October 26th through the 30th. Be listening for conversations each day that week, focusing on research, support, encouragement, and resources throughout our communities. Thank you to our community sponsors that include Farmers Bank, Tin Roof, Goodwin Insurance Agency, and many others. Find out more about Think Pink Week 2020 at WPKYonline.com.
Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports. Trilogy offers a wide range of family-friendly classes as well as personal training, yoga, gymnastics, sports training, cardio, and weightlifting. Trilogy has something for everyone. Trilogy now offers an app with online workouts, live classes, nutrition tracking, and more. Search Trilogy Performance Sports in your app store. Use sign-up code 1824. For app info and more, follow them on Facebook.
Microphone activated.
And back to Tiger Stadium as Murray sets to kick this one off. Big, surprising touchdown pass from Murray, as they didn't expect to go to the air very much tonight, but that one paid off.
Receiver was wide open.
Short kick fielded at the 17 by Kramer as a tackler gets it out near the 40-yard line. Short's going to be about the 38-yard line on the spot. So good field position for Caldwell County to come out in.
First down, Tigers.
14-14 with 11:40 to go in the first half. A lot on the line here for both squads. Bashir in the backfield with Samuel. Hand off to Samuel, hit at the 40, barrels his way down to the 43-yard line. That was just some hard-nosed running that last 3 yards by Travion Samuel. Picks up 5 on the play.
Number 12, Miles, and number 30, Orr.
Good run for our guy, Travion Samuel.
Travion was full steam ahead on that one.
Branch and Wells to the near side. Van Hoosier in the slot. It's going to put Wells in motion. Looks Wells' way. Goes over the middle instead to Van Hoosier, complete at the 45, 50. Picking his way, lowers the shoulders, and gets down to the Murray 40-yard line. Maybe 41 is where they're going to say he stepped out.
I think they're going to mark it maybe at the 39.
And they keep adding on. Yeah, we'll take it. One referee had him marked back at the 41, but ends up at the 39. Good hard-nosed run by Tate Van Hoosier.
18-yard pass completion that time from Russ.
Quickly out to Wells. They'll lose at least a yard on that one.
Mark it at the
40-yard line is where we're going to put that one. So a loss of 1 on the play. Referee's talking over something. I didn't see I see a flag on the far sideline now. We'll see what this one's going to be.
Something against Murray.
Something against Murray.
Flag on the play. Illegal substitution against Murray.
Murray, it's going to cost them 10 yards, and Caldwell County
actually cost them 15 yards.
So had to be some type of personal foul. I wouldn't think a legal substitution would be that. We'll check on that call. 12 men on the field. But they did mark off 15 yards for 12 men on the field. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line of Murray. Bashir drops back to throw, looks to the end zone. Branch, nice hands, touchdown, Trip Branch. That was a pinpoint pass and a great catch. Bashir to Branch. So Tigers up 20-14 now, pending the extra point. Score comes with 10:09 to go in the first half. Smiley back to put it down. Viverette set for the kick. Snap is back. Up. And good. Taco John's extra point for Blake Viverette. 10:09 to go in the first half. Caldwell County leads this one 21-14. Back in 1 minute, this is Tiger football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Do you need assistance paying your electric bill? Money is
Were we right on that count off on the yardage? Did they mark off 15 yards?
They marked off 15. So it was more than illegal substitution. Maybe we can go down to Todd.
Yeah, he sent up 12 men.
On a first-come, first-served basis. It's as simple as a phone call to Pennyrile Allied Community Services in Hopkinsville at 270-886-6341.
We'll take it.
Pennyrile Electric, proud to
Not gonna
power
turn it
your
down,
life since 1937. Then, now.
This one's shaping up like we're going to need 3 digits on the scoreboard.
Hayes Kitchen in Princeton.
We run out of paper here.
Cooking, just like Mom and Grandma used to do. Enjoy cooked-to-order breakfast every day, all day. Daily lunch specials include favorites like open-faced roast beef, grilled chicken tenderloins, country fried steak, smoked pork chops, and catfish and shrimp on Fridays. All your favorite veggies too. And don't forget Kane's homemade desserts. Open Monday through Thursday 5 to 2, Friday 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday 5:30 to 11. Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, Princeton. 1 block from the courthouse.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Russ Bashir so far in the game tonight is 7 out of 7.
A lot like that so far. The kickoff by Viverette actually touched by Murray, then rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So Murray will come out at the 20-yard line to take over 1st and 10, trailing this one 21-14.
And probably the farthest Murray has been back in their own territory, so maybe this plays into the Tigers' hands. Maybe we can get a sack, force them into long yardage.
Murray thinking they may see something. Quick hit to Danke, far sideline complete. Smiley, I think, on the initial hit. Spin move got the receiver Danke up to around the 28-yard line. So a pickup of 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 coming up for Murray. And Bob, they may be seeing that Sokolowski is getting some protection and some time to throw and going a little bit more to the passing game than we expected tonight.
Much more so than what we expected. Sokolowski's 4 out of 6 so far.
And off to Danke. Danke hit at the line, pushed back, and I think he's going to come up short of the first. Ball should be spotted at the 29-yard line. Hard-earned 1 yard on the play. 3rd down and short coming up for the Murray Tigers. Clock continuing to run. Just over 9 minutes to go in the first half. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have the Little Caesars halftime report that will include the halftime moment in history. And Todd, if you will, be preparing something for that one as we'll hit that up at halftime. Compact formation for Murray High. Sokolowski with 2 running backs in front of him. He's going to bring Danke back into the backfield. Sokolowski spin move, gets enough for the 1st down and 2 or 3 more. Out to about the 33-yard line. Clock will stop while they move the chains on the sideline. Bob, how many years was it you were on the chains?
23 or 24.
One long time on the chains now. Our good buddy Donald McGregor, one of the chain gang crew on the far sideline. Sokolowski in the backfield, 2 receivers each way, so a lot of spread sets. Quick hit to Danke is going to come up short. Sokolowski threw that one right at the feet of Danke. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up. That stops the clock with exactly 8 minutes to go in the first half. Murray, on average, runs the ball 34 times a game, throws maybe 10. I think they're getting close to that number here in the first half.
He's 4 out of 7 so far with 1 touchdown.
So another tight formation for Sokolowski. Danke goes in motion. Sokolowski drops back. Almost a pick on the far side. Good jump on the ball. That was Kramer breaking that one up on the far sideline.
Intended for number 82, Devin Lee.
So good job by Caldwell County. May have been Branch. I think it was Kramer, though. The 2s and 3s, they don't really turn our way from that side of the field. It is Branch. Branch made a good jump on that one.
Yeah, that may also get into the quarterback's head, too, because he just about had that one picked off.
Spread set for Murray again. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sokolowski drops back, gets some pressure. Shaheen forces him out of the pocket, and he's going to go down with a loss.
Sokolowski is taken down near the 30.
That was Shaheen, flushed him on the play, and right into the arms of Drew Davis.
And you give that sack to one of the Tigers?
I give it to Davis as Shaheen forced him out of the pocket. 4th down and 12 coming up. Murray in punt formation. Plenty of time on the play clock. Murray looks around, He'll roll, put the punt on. Nice kick. Angles towards the far sideline, takes another Murray bounce. And this one's going to roll near the 20, spotted down at the 22-yard line. Sokolowski does a combination, gets some pretty good air time on those punts, plus he lands it end over end.
Nice punt, 18 and 20, 46-yard punt then.
So with 6:57 to go in the first half, Caldwell County leads this one 21-14 as they bring the offense out on the field. This one's shaping up like a shootout in Princeton tonight. Bob, you're going to fill up a lot of pages with the polyized stats of the ball game.
I'll be happy to do that.
Bashir, rough snap, contains it, swing pass over to Wells. Wells shakes one tackler, gets up across the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Bashir continues his fine night. Clock keeps running with 6:38 to go in the first half.
26 or 27, Dennis?
26-yard line, I think, Bob. We'll give him the 26 on that one. Bashir in the backfield. One back each side. Hand off to Smiley. Smiley with his first carry tonight lowers his head and gets it up to the 30-yard line.
Nice, tough run by Logan.
Yeah, that was a lot of second effort after he was hit at about the 27-yard line. Picks up the extra 3. Third down and a long 2 coming up for Caldwell County. Smiley and Samuel in the backfield, flanking Bashir. Van Hoosier, one of 2 receivers to the far side. Bashir takes a snap, drops back, gets some pressure, ball tipped, intercepted at the 35-yard line. He's got some room down to the 5 and knocked out of bounds. I think that was Danke with the interception at the 35-yard line. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. A lot of pressure on Bashir as he tried to let go of the ball. Kind of wavered up in the air, and Danke reeled it in at the 30. Took it down to the 4-yard line. 5:31 to go in the first half, and Murray threatening to tie this one up again. 2 ties in the ball game so far. And Murray 4 yards away from doing it for a third time. Sokolowski, everybody in front of him, keeps it himself, goes to the right side, stumbles, hit, and gets down close to the goal line, not in. Sokolowski gets it down to the 1. Second down and goal coming up for Murray. And Bob, they took that one off the side with big number 70.
And it's Gage Jacobs again.
Gage Jacobs, a big kid over there, talented player.
Second and goal for Murray.
So Caldwell County needing a stand here. 4:50 and counting to go in the first half. Murray breaks the huddle, comes to the line. One of the rare high school teams that still take the huddle. Sokolowski with Danke in the backfield. Spin move, Sokolowski keeps it and gets in. Touchdown, Murray. So Murray cashes in on the turnover, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up for the 3rd time in the first half. And Murray getting set for the extra point attempt. They don't have a lot of leg on their kickers, but these here are basically chip shots. Kick is up and good. So with 4:32 left to go in the first half, tied again at 21. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY.
Hey guys, it's Kelly Capps with Farmers Bank. Buying a home can be stressful, and I'm sure you have many questions like what's a good rate? What type of loan is right for me? I'm here to walk you through the process. Whether you're buying your first home, downsizing, or looking to upgrade, Farmers Bank has the options for you. We offer rural housing, VA loans, and so much more. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call, or you can apply online at yournxtbank.com. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they're ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They've always had their drive-thru, and now they're offering curbside pickup service as well. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. They appreciate your patience and understanding during this time. We are all having to adjust to this new way of life. It's temporary, but in the meantime, enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's.
Microphone activated.
And back to Tiger Stadium as Murray gets set to kick this one away after tying this one up at 21. Interception by Danke, and they cash it in a couple of plays later. Wells and Kramer back deep for Caldwell County. Kick is up. This one's going to go to Kramer at the 15-yard line, up across the 20, tries to get to the sideline. Bumps off a couple of players. And out of bounds, just shy of the 30. And they're going to mark him on the 30-yard line, so Caldwell County will have decent field position to start this drive. See if they can again break the tie.
Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. First down, Tigers.
First and 10, Tigers from their own 30.
Again, the score, as Dennis mentions, tied 21-21, 4:24 to play here in the second quarter.
Try to pull up a few area scores for the half. Full backfield for Bashir. Samuel, the deep back. Hand off to Van Hoosier, tries to take it to the outside, gets across the 34 and pulled down about the 34. Thought he had that one broken for a second, Bob.
It looked like he could shake it.
Van Hoosier, a big kid, and he's going to put a lick on whoever tries to bring him down. Three receivers to the near side, Branch to the far side. Bashir looks left, got some pressure in the backfield, keeps it himself, has got some room up across the 40 and down to the 42-yard line for a Lake Barkley CrossFit first down, Russ Bashir. They'll stop the clock at 3:45 to move the chains.
Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. First down.
41's where they're going to call Russ down. That was still enough for a first. Caldwell County would like to drive this one down and run that clock out in a perfect world and go to the halftime with a lead. Bashir, keeper, goes to the far sideline, pulled down from behind for a loss. Russ pulled down at the 39-yard line. Murray in the backfield in no time on that one. Sebastian Lawrence, one of the one, and Jacobs in on that play too.
Maybe we'll wear him out here shortly.
Murray showing blitz again. Bashir in the backfield, three receivers to the right. Bashir rolls, goes down the field, lobs it up. This one's going to be well overthrown out of bounds. Barron Wells, the intended receiver.
And it'll bring up third down for the Tigers.
Caldwell County had a good play on for that. Murray did bring the blitz up the middle, but Bashir on the roll had the time. Pass a little off target and goes out of bounds. That stops the clock with 2:48 to go in the first half, tied at 21. Two receivers each side for Caldwell County. Travion in the backfield to the left of Bashir. Russ takes it back, drops back, wants to try it again to that sideline. Branch, jump ball, and incomplete. A lot of contact, no call. Trip Branch tried to pull that one down in double coverage, but it falls incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth down and 12. So Caldwell County will have to punt this one away with 2:40 to go in the first half. Bob, this one kind of slowed down a little bit. It looked like it was going to be just a flat shootout. Whoever had the ball last might win it. But that drive stalls for Caldwell County. Branch back to kick it away. Rolls to his right. Looks. Puts the ball up. Nice kick. It's going to hit at the 28-yard line and be downed. First touched at the 23-yard line. I think they're going to spot it back up there. Or let's say the referees are going to get together on this. Now they're going to bring it up. It was touched, bobbled off a Tiger player, and went 5 yards deeper before it was downed, but initially touched by the home squad. So Murray will have a chance to go to the locker room with the lead at the half. 2:27 on the clock, and Murray has the ball at their own 28-yard line, or excuse me, own 23-yard line. Murray starting to spread the offense out some again. Two receivers to the right. Sokolowski rolls right, trying to get around the corner. He's going to be hit in the backfield and brought down for a loss. Great pursuit by Caldwell County.
He's lost about 3 yards on that play.
Angel Long in on the tackle for Caldwell County. Ball all the way back to the 20.
And that's what you want to do, is get Murray behind the chain so that they have to throw, and we can bring the heat, so to speak. But Sokolowski has relatively been on his game tonight so far, passing-wise.
Coach Barnes talked about him being a big kid and can handle himself well, but a threat to run really more than pass. But he's had a good night with the going through the air, too.
4 out of 8 tonight, which is not bad.
Two receivers to his left. Handoff to Danke. Danke finds a hole. Spin move. Gets him across the 25 and down to the 26-yard line. Shaheen in on the tackle on that one for Caldwell County. So a good pickup by Murray on that one as the clock ticks down. 1:15 to go in the first half. Stay tuned for that Little Caesars halftime report coming your way.
Brings up a short 8, long 7 for Murray.
I'm sure Murray's going to want to, if they don't get the first, they're going to want to run this clock all the way down, not give Caldwell County any time to do anything at the other end. Murray will receive the second half kickoff also. Trip set to the left. Sokolowski rolls left, gets behind his blockers. Up the field's going to be short of a first down, brought down across the 30 at the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up a fourth down, but Bob, I don't think they're going to run another play.
Oh, we called timeout.
Oh, did we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Timeout on the field. Timeout's brought to you by Travis Construction and Concrete. Travis Construction and Concrete for all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete remodels, and more. That's Travis Construction and Concrete. And Caldwell County knew as well as we did, if they didn't stop the clock, Murray was just going to let it run out and go to the locker room tied.
And the tackle on that play, Dennis, was by one of our people that we like to see, John Paredes.
Paredes, one of the nicest young men that you'll ever meet in your life, just quiet, well-spoken, and hard worker. Never heard Coach Barnes do anything but praise the effort of John Paredes.
And an outstanding student as well.
Take 5 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY, Princeton. Sokolowski in the backfield. Looks like he's going into punt formation. Caldwell County not dropping anybody back. Snap is back. Sokolowski rolls, puts the kick away, and will punt it. Doesn't take one of his usual long rolls, but still a pretty good kick down to the Tiger 33-yard line. Caldwell County will have 27 seconds to work with. And we've seen a lot of drives over the last 6 years, Bob, that didn't take 27 seconds. So Caldwell County well capable
We've seen
of
some
doing
of
something here.
Some of those tonight.
Yeah, we started the game with one of those, didn't we?
Yes. Ball at the 30, 33.
33-yard line on the spot. Bashir has Samuel in the backfield. Caldwell County moving Branch away from the line. He's going to be the lone receiver to the right side. One-on-one out here with Branch. That may be the way that Bashir is going to look on this one. Now Murray floats the safety this way. Instead goes back to the other side. Complete little swing pass across the 40 and out of bounds.
Is that Max Kramer?
Try to get the number. Was it Wells or Kramer? Baron Wells on the reception. So ball's going to be spotted at the 39. Did stop the clock with 16 seconds left. Going to take a pretty good completion to get in Viverette range, or either that or go for a couple of bombs. Van Hoosier and Branch to the near side. They said put 21 seconds back on the clock. So that's a good break for Caldwell County. All the polyized stats of the first half with Bob Hayes coming up at halftime, so stay tuned for that. Bashir with Samuel to his right. Russ drops back, gets some pressure, gets flushed. Complete at the 38. Flag on the play. Wells gets to the sideline but doesn't get out of bounds. Flag on the play, though. We'll see if it's roughing the passer. It was back where Bashir was trying to get the throw away.
I haven't seen the holdings on. I think it could be roughing, yeah. No.
A hold against Caldwell County.
Flag on the play.
And not a real animated person with the signals on the field tonight, Bob, but I think we did pick up a hold. So only 10 seconds left on the clock. Caldwell County has to be careful. Ball spotted back at the Caldwell County 28-yard line. Tigers just go into that little victory formation. They'll down this one and go to the locker room and reboot for the second half. Bashir takes a snap, downs it, and at the half, it's going to be a tie ball game as nobody got more than a touchdown ahead. Caldwell County, Murray tied at 21. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get underway with the Little Caesars halftime report, so stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
A yearly flu vaccine is important now more than ever amid the COVID-19.
I think Will's still mad that they didn't get a roughing the passer call.
At Caldwell Medical Center,
He stayed down there and talked to him, and now he's still talking to him all the way up the field.
Get your flu shot at their drive-through site September the 28th through October the 2nd and October 5th through the 9th by appointment only. To schedule an appointment, please call them at 270-360-0333.
Go Tigers from Taco John's. Have a great season, Tiger athletes.
Your home team at Trice Hughes wants to make sure your vehicle lasts as long as possible, especially since warmer weather means more driving. Trice Hughes reminds you that tire pressure is critical to maximizing the performance of your vehicle. From improved fuel mileage to smoother tire wear, make sure your tires are inflated to the correct PSI.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Penny Ryle Home Medical hopes all Tiger athletes have a great season. Go Tigers.
Suffering from a physical or mental disability that prevents you from working can turn your life upside down. You may have no alternative but to file for Social
3 minutes.
Security disability benefits. If you get denied, don't lose hope. Call attorney Matt Shaw in Princeton, Kentucky at 270-365-MATT. Matt has been working for nearly a decade at getting people approved. If you receive a denial letter from Social Security, call Matt Shaw at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-6288.
This is an advertisement.
Magnolia 2 wants to wish all Tiger athletes the best of luck this season. Go Tigers!
Good luck to all Tiger athletic teams from Josh Ray at Woodman Life.
This is Fred Folds at the Woodall Agency in Princeton. We have served the small business owners of this area for over 100 years. If you have trouble understanding liability or workers' comp insurance, Are your insurance premiums spiraling out of control? Whether you're a furniture store on Main Street, a plumber or electrician, or a locally owned bank or car dealer, we have a policy for you. We are the business insurance experts. Give me a call at 365-5541.
Dennis, was that Tate Van Hoosier? Was that a run or a pass to him a while ago? When he got out, almost broke it.
Run.
I thought that's what I got to thinking. Maybe I better check on that.
And family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website and discover the many services and products available to you at Fortner Gas. You can shop in person or online, and they can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they are already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If not, they'd love to be. Contact Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
At First Southern National Bank, we place a high value on the well-being of our customers and communities. With that in mind, we are taking steps that demonstrate how much we care about you. Our drive-through lanes will be available for daily needs, while in-person services can be scheduled by appointment. Take advantage of our online banking, our mobile banking app, and a friendly team member answering your call. Visit fsnb.net to learn more. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
Gotta be around 200.
The teams are in the locker room, and it's time for the Tiger halftime report on WPKY.
arm, basically, didn't he?
And back to Tiger Stadium at the half. Caldwell County and Murray tied up at 21 apiece. Time now for the Little Caesars halftime report. Just when you thought that the pizza and breadsticks couldn't get any better, Slices and Sticks has arrived at Little Caesars to prove that these two favorites are even tastier. And Bob, can I get an amen?
Amen.
We had that before the game tonight. Slices and Sticks combined 4 pepperoni pizza slices, 8 cheese bread sticks, and 1 pizza, plus a side of crazy sauce. That's Little Caesars in Princeton, and we appreciate Brian and the guys being a part of the halftime report this season here on Tiger Football. While Bob totals up the poly-eye stats of the game, let's take it down to the sideline with Todd Griffin.
All right, Dennis, thanks. A close game. Came into the contest, Gary, I talked with Chris before the game, and we didn't really know what to think about this game, and after a half, I'm still not sure what to think about it.
Well, to me, it looks like we have the superior offense. We've kind of kicked ourselves on that last drive and didn't give us the chance we needed. But the way I've been looking at the offense, if we're just patient, we can kind of see how Murray's defense lines up, and there's usually a mismatch. It's just the mismatch moves, and you have to adjust to what they do. And our 3 big plays have worked out very well. Russ has made excellent throws on those, basically the wide receiver screen for the touchdown, and then the go route, and then finding Tripp on an ISO route. So, I mean, they're making good decisions, but obviously we need more points.
Yeah, the one thing we talked about before the game also was turnovers, always playing a big key in the game. Murray has played pretty well when they haven't turned the ball over this year. Caldwell County has played pretty well when they haven't turned the ball over. And you saw a play there in the first half where a tip ball ended up leading to a pick for Murray and some easy points.
Yeah, you can't give a Murray team short field. This Murray team passes more than in the past, but they still like to run. They're running Sokolowski off of misdirection, and he's probably their best runner, to be quite honest. And we're not getting the pressure. Probably getting held, but we can discuss that later on the film. But the way I look at it is, if they're not going to call it, you're going to have to come up with some stunts. You're going to have to come up with some ways to basically misdirect on defense so they can't get those hands up in your pads. I hope we bring some linebackers for no other reason, for someone that they can't just rip the jersey off of after the snap.
Caldwell County's coaches were still talking to the officials on the way to halftime about being cut on some of the plays by Murray's offensive linemen. And that's a really tricky call if you're an official, because there are spots at the point of attack where it is legal to cut somebody. Now, there's not a spot where it's legal to go high-low on somebody. And, you know, the Tiger coaching staff was kind of upset about that in the first half, too.
I think that they engage well and they engage quick. But the issue that you're talking about with high-low is if you're engaged up high, then you're not supposed to have some second person come in to your legs. And they're doing it. And I don't know why they don't see it, but they don't, as far as I can tell. That's a hard one, because it's almost impossible to stop it from happening to you unless you just lay off the ball and don't bring the pressure you need. And we're not getting the pressure, but a lot of it's because of these engagement situations where we're going to have to figure out creative ways to get free of the defender and make a play.
Again, it's a very difficult call to get. I think the officials are trying to watch for that, but it's just a tough call. There are a lot of guys out there, and like I said, there are points in the game where it's legal to do that and other points where it's not, and it's really difficult to tell those apart sometimes.
With Murray, this has been traditional as long as I've seen them. They don't work well out of 3rd and long. We've got to find a way to get them into those situations. A holding call will certainly take care of that. You saw on the very last drive Murray had when we got a -3 running play for Sokolowski. They were in 2nd and long, and they're not built for 2nd and 3rd and long. So I don't know if we're going to have to come up with something different, but I like the way our defenders are playing. We gave them a short field, and we botched a play where there was a little misdirection. I think Sokolowski looked like he was about to head off on an end around, kept it. We did not have the proper defense. We've basically been good most of the time, but when we've been burned, either off of a turnover or misdirection, that's why the score is the way it is at a 21 tie.
Yeah, I thought we were looking at an indoor football game there for a little bit, that maybe the team that came up with the most stops tonight is going to be the ones that wins it. But both defenses did get a stop or two there toward the latter part of the first half, and it's going to be interesting to see how the second half starts because Murray's going to get the opening kickoff.
Well, with Murray getting the opening kickoff could be a blessing in disguise. Everett has been doing very well on his kickoffs. I think we are getting better starting field position than they are. So if we can pin them, and even if they only get 1 first down, their punting has not been superior. We might get the field position in our favor if, and this is a big if, we can hold them on a short first drive where they get 3 and out or maybe only the 1 first down.
A 21-21 tie here at halftime. Dennis, a good one going tonight at Tiger Stadium.
All right, thank you, Todd, for that. And be thinking up a halftime moment in history, too. I'll come back to you after Bob's polyized stats of the ball game. But right now, let's take it and get these stats. Stats for the first half are brought to you by Polyeyes Pizza in Princeton. And Bob, what can you say about Polyeyes? Just a phenomenal pizza, plus then you get salad, you got strombolis, you get some Italian dishes. Sandwiches are great. So you go to Polyeyes hungry, you're going to come out feeling great.
Yeah, my family likes potato chips and ranch.
Oh, I love it. And they always take care of me when I go in. They know I like the big chips in there, so they'll bring me a bowl full of the big chips. And hats off to those guys out at Polyeyes Pizza. Time now for the stats of the first half, and for that, I'll turn it over to my buddy Bob Hayes.
Thank you, Dennis. The score here at halftime is 21-21, and we'll review the scoring here before we get into the stats. Caldwell County gets on the board first, getting the opening kickoff on the first play of the game. Russ Bashir hits Barron Wells down the far sideline, covering 65 yards. That coming with 11 minutes, 39 seconds to play in the first quarter. Blake Vibret adding the extra point. Caldwell County leading 7-0 at that point. Murray coming back to tie the score on a run by Danke covering 40 yards. That coming with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. PAT was good by Kane, and at that point we're 7-7. Also in the first quarter, Barron Wells on a 59-yard pass from Russ Bashir, a nice catch over the shoulder. Well defended on that play, but makes the catch and breaks away from his defender, cuts back across the field, and goes 59 yards. Coming with 1 minute, 33 seconds to play in the first quarter, Caldwell County leading by virtue of the Blake Vibret extra point, 14-7 at this point. In the second quarter, opening play of the second quarter, or on a 50-yard pass from Sokolowski, covering 50 yards. The Kane extra point good. At this point, we're tied 14-14. Also in the second quarter, Trent Branch on a 25-yard pass from Russ Bashir. Vibret extra point good, but with 10 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the second quarter, Caldwell County up 21-14. In the second quarter, and the final score of the first half comes when Russ Bashir has the ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, picked off, and just about returned all the way for a touchdown. But runner taken down at the 4-yard line. 2 plays later, Sokolowski goes into the end zone from 1 yard out. Kane adds the extra point. That with 4 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the second quarter. And that at that time the score was 21-21, and that's where we are here at halftime. For Caldwell County, we've got in the rushing department, Caldwell County with only 8 rushing attempts so far tonight. In the game, Travion Samuel, 2 carries for 3 yards. Russ Bashir, 4 carries for 15 yards. Logan Smiley, 1 carry for 4 yards. Tate Van Hoosier, 1 carry for 4 yards. Total of 26 yards on 8 carries. In the receiving department, Barron Wells with 7 grabs for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. Trip Branch, 1 catch for 25 yards and a touchdown. Tate Van Hoosier, 1 catch for 18 yards, and total of 9 receptions for the Tigers tonight, covering 185 yards. Russ Bashir in the first half was 9 out of 12 with 1 interception for 185 yards, and the Tigers in the first half with a total offense of 211 yards. Looking at Murray in the first half, a lot of carries from the Murray quarterback and backs. They carry the ball 21 times, picking up 105 yards. In the passing department, Sokolowski is 4 out of 8. His 4 passes covering 72 yards. And Murray in the first half with 177 yards of total offense. So the Tigers, by virtue of their 2 long pass plays, have a little margin in total offense, but that's about the only area that we have led them in, the score being tied here at halftime, 21-21. The Tigers are making their way back onto the field, and Dennis, as we've mentioned, Murray will get the kickoff to start the third quarter, so we've got to find a way to shut them down. It seems like every time we score, they come back with a score, and we don't need to keep trading scores.
No, it's a tough team to play against because of the size of their line. So Caldwell County's got to negate that problem right there and come out with a way to get a score and then a stop. Just over a minute to go before we kick off the second half. I want to send it back down to Todd for this week's halftime moment in history.
All right, Dennis, we got a good one for you this week. We're going to take you back to the third quarter of a game against Murray here at Tiger Stadium in 2012. Tez Civils with maybe the catch of all time in the end zone for the Tigers. It actually was a 14-yard touchdown catch, tied the game at 7-7. And, Gary, the excitement wasn't over in that game yet for Caldwell County.
No, we held them at 7-7. We had the ball. We were driving toward the Tiger. I remember talking to Carson Chambliss, asking him, I said, how much leg does Brett have? And he said somewhere in the big mid-40s. And sure enough, we got to where we were tied, and 45-yard field goal. I ran to the goalpost to catch it because I thought I wanted to see how close. I knew that was at the edge of his range. And I remember seeing that ball between me and the crossbar in the correct direction because I was behind it. And I knew before the referees signaled their hand, I started running. I knew we had it. And with Murray being a run team and not much time, they weren't going to go much. They only had about a minute and a half left. They weren't not going to make it even into field goal range. And I thought we had a really good chance, and we did.
A 10-7 win that night for the Caldwell County Tigers in the regional championship game. Caldwell would go on the next week to win at Louisville DeSales and all the way to the state championship game before we just ran out of a little time there at the end against a really good Newport Central Catholic team. But, yeah, Dennis, I remember Tez Civils' catch, the one-handed grab in the end zone. Somehow I got a picture of it. Maybe you've seen that picture before.
I'm sure we have, and it's in the archives, and a great job on the photography as always, Todd. And for the moment in history, you guys do a great job on that. Halftime moment in history brought to you by West Kentucky Memorials. West Kentucky Memorials with locations in Princeton, Cadiz, and Hopkinsville. Proud supporter of Caldwell County football. And their son is a Caldwell County Tiger, Jameis Carnahan, running back and outside linebacker. And at this point, I think Bob's still at the top or close to the top as the leading rusher on the season so far for Caldwell County, on most of it on the strength of that big game against Ballard Memorial about 3 weeks ago.
I don't think he's given up his lead yet in that department, Dennis.
Coach Barnes still talking with the referee crew. I think Todd and Gary alluded to it somewhat in the halftime report. So we'll see if anything comes out of that. But right now, we're in a good one here, 21-21. They put a little bit of time back on the clock. But that's going to do it for us on the Little Caesars halftime report. Just when you thought that pizza and breadsticks couldn't get any better, Little Caesars has slices and sticks. That's 2 pizza favorites, even tastier together. 4 pepperoni pizza slices, 8 cheese breadsticks, and some crazy sauce. I mean, you can put crazy sauce on anything, but start getting it on these cheese sticks. It is great, and that's at Little Caesars of Princeton, and they are the sponsors of our halftime report.
That's habit forming too, Dennis.
It's hard to put down, wasn't it?
If we hadn't had a football game started here, that box would be empty by now.
Sure would have. Now, a little bit might get microwaved later, but it's still going to be good. Bob, what do you look for in this second half? What's the key, you think, for Caldwell County to get the stop against Murray, who's thrown it surprisingly well tonight?
Well, I have to agree with what Gary says. If we can get them behind the chains, especially on first down, I don't think they want to throw the ball on first down. They've been running it fairly well, looking back through my notes here on first down. If we can get them 2nd and 12, something like that, 2nd and 13, it would make me feel more comfortable that we could contain them. And they have missed their last 3 throws in a row. So that's something that and then we got to come out and pick up 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 yards every play. We've been going for the home run, and we've hit the home run 2 or 3 times tonight. But good 10-yard pass play or a run play, feels good.
And kickoff coming up. Caldwell County is going to kick off to Murray, who deferred to the second half. Kickoff brought to you by Purcell Tire in Princeton on Highway 62 West. Go out and get your car checked over at Purcell Tire so you're never late for school, work, or the ball game. And Bob, third quarter brought to us by
Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Stop in and see Pam and Hab. Pam, a lot of supplies and furniture in that store. Beautiful bedding, furniture, accessories, gifts. Stop in and see them. Cozy Living. Also stop in and see Jake the dog, sore dog. Cozy Living, everything a home should be.
Kickoff is going to be whistled back. Flags on the play. Looks like somebody for Caldwell County may have taken off a little bit early. Bob, while we've got a minute while they reset, let's take a look at the scoreboard brought to you by Goodwin Insurance, your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. All of these scores at the half. Logan County big over Hopkinsville, 17-0. Owensboro over Graves County, 14-7. And Owensboro Apollo over Marshall County at the half, 14-10. That look at the scoreboard brought to you by Goodwin Insurance. Flag was against Caldwell County. They'll back up 5 yards, and Viverette will put this one in play from his own 35-yard line. Wind still pretty brisk out on the field, blowing kind of from Caldwell's sideline over to Murray's sideline at this point. Big kick by Viverette, backed up. It's going to be fielded at the 6-yard line by Murray. Up the far sideline, finds a blocker, gets to the sideline, still on his feet at the 40. Still some room, brought down across midfield. Flag coming in on the play on the far side. But Murray with a big return. It looked like a flag came in. Bob, did the side judge not throw a flag on that one?
I'm looking to see where it may be on the ground, and I haven't seen anything yet, Dennis.
Ball spotted at the Caldwell County 44-yard line. Little discussion. Now they're talking about it on the sideline. We'll see where the flag was. Hopefully against Murray and pull some of this return yardage back.
Flag on the play.
You kind of expect a illegal block, personal foul against Murray.
And not sure where the flag.
The flag came in from about the Caldwell County 40 back towards midfield. So
if that's the case, that may be back. They're going to be backed up to or they're just backing them up now to the 40.
It's going to be at the Murray 41-yard line.
So from the end of the play.
Ball spotted at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10.
But the flag came in during the run back. I'm not sure about the spot of it, but you would have thought it would have been a little bit farther back. As it stands, Murray with good field position to open the second half. Knotted at 21. Sokolowski, spin move, hits the line, hit, and maybe a yard before he's brought back. Ball comes loose, but after the whistle blew, not much after the whistle blew.
Going to mark the ball at the 42,
43. I think they're going to give him a couple of yards on that kind of favorable spot.
He takes it to the 43-yard line. It'll be
Second down and a long 8 coming up for Murray. Caldwell needs, as Bob and as Todd and Gary talked about, keep Murray in second and long, third and long. You'll have a much better shot.
And generally when they're in that two tight end formation like they were on that first play here, it's generally 99% a run play.
You throw two tight ends in with Jacobs and with Lawrence, and that's a lot of guys up on that line that Caldwell County is having to fight through to get to the ball. Sokolowski rolls to his left, turns it up the field, hit and stopped. Short gain, if any. They may take him up.
Sokolowski on the keeper.
Going to leave it at the 43-yard line.
Number 52, Angel Long.
Gain of
Angel Long.
1 yard on that play.
Angel Long able to bust through and hold that one. Third down and 7 now coming up for Murray. Caldwell County on the road next week. As it stands now, we will go to Madisonville, but you always have an asterisk beside that with the COVID situations that have really affected high school football this season.
Key play here in this drive for the Tigers to hold Murray.
Murray just now getting a player in on the sideline. Not sure where he wants to stop at. Reports in now, Danke. That's going to be a delay of game. No, a timeout called by Murray as that play clock was down to zeros. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick one. Caldwell County Murray tied at 21. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Good luck, Tigers. Have a great season
30.
From Treasures Remembered.
Did you know that U-Ride in Princeton will buy your vehicle? They're always looking for quality inventory. So if you'd like to sell yours, talk to the nice folks at U-Ride. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, U-Ride is here. Things are a little different now, but they're still here to deliver the same great customer service that they always have. Just call for an appointment with one of their sales specialists. Call 270-365-3018. On-the-lot financing is available. You can even apply online at uridesales.com. U-Ride on Marion Road in Princeton.
Microphone activated.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. 10 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Murray facing a 3rd and 7 from their 43-yard line. They're still huddled up on the far side of the field. And when they really get out of sync, Dennis, they really get out of sync. They have kids running around, coming onto the field, kids going in motion. So
yeah, they've had a big problem with that, getting kids, getting the right set of 11 on the field at the same time tonight.
Looks like they're going to go into their passing formation, and they still are scrambling around out here. And I'll turn it over to you for the call.
All right, thank you, Bob. They do have 2 receivers to the left. They're going to move Danke to the right, 2 to the right now. Stacked on that right side. Sokolowski drops back, has some pressure, had some room to run. Now he's going to fire down the field, up and complete at the 27-yard line. Stumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Murray. That was pretty good coverage by Barron Wells over there.
Who is? Who was it?
I think it was Carmen, number 6. Wells on the coverage. I thought Wells was going to be able to make the tip, and the ball just over his fingertips. A great catch by Carmen. And Murray with their first lead of the night with 9:50 to go in the third quarter. Extra point attempt is up and good. So with 9:50 to go in the third, it's Murray out in front now, 28-21 over Caldwell County. Back in 30 seconds, this is Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Cozy Living, Interior and Boutique, cheering on all Tiger athletes.
This is Casey McCoy, and I'm a mortgage loan processor at Farmers Bank. One of my favorite things
Through the air
about the
again.
home
What's
loan
going on?
process is that you can apply online whenever it's convenient for you. By applying online, your information is sent directly to our lenders. It's quick and easy and a good way to jumpstart your loan. Apply today at yournxtbank.com. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Microphone activated.
And back to Tiger Stadium. Murray surprising Caldwell County going through the air so much tonight. Touchdown pass from Sokolowski to Carmen makes it 28-21. Murray High with their first lead of the night. And Bob, nothing like what we expected in the scouting report for Murray tonight going through the air as much as they have.
No, and that was a well-thrown ball, just perfectly thrown. Baron Wills, great coverage on the receiver, and for him to catch it was a nice catch by the Murray player.
You've got to figure just a fraction was the space between Wells being able to tip that ball down and the catch by Carmen. Murray with the kickoff. This one's going to be high and short, fielded at the 17-yard line. Wells trying to get to the sideline, pulls it back. Now he's going to switch fields, running backwards, turns it upfield, hit, and he's going to be brought down, forward progress, out to the 25-yard line. So pretty decent coverage by Murray on that one. And Caldwell County will take over with 9:39 to go in the third quarter. Trailing by 7. Want to remind everybody, if your boy or girl wants to play Caldwell County Little League basketball, you've got to be signed up by October 31st. They're going to have some sign-ups at Ratliff Park on Monday and again on Saturday, Monday 4:30 to 6:30 and Saturday 10 till noon. Bashir, handoff to Samuel, turns it up the field on the left side. Nice gain out to the 30, well, they're going to call, I think, 29-yard line.
He takes it to the 29-yard line.
Tough run by Travion.
Travion took it to the left side, turned it up, found a hole, and picks up a good 4-yard run on first down.
Brings up second and about 6 for the Tigers.
2nd and 6 coming up for the Tigers. Offset line of scrimmage. Snap goes back. It's Wells trying to get to the outside, hit and brought down at the 35-yard line.
21, Baron Wells on the carry for the Tigers.
Everybody on the line over to the right side, and it's going to be enough for a Lake Barkley CrossFit first down, it looks like.
I believe they're going to.
The chains aren't moving, though. Are they going to measure this or call it third and less than a yard?
Oh, they ought to measure that one. That's, yeah.
And now finally somebody comes in. Even on the sideline, those guys knew it was a first down because they were ready to walk up the field. Are they going to move? They're going to bring the chains in for this one. The nose of the football touching the 35-yard line, so I don't know where the confusion may be on it. Bob, you want to call this one?
I think it's a first down. If they'll get out of the, it's either an inch. It's really close, Dennis.
Well, the chains are out. We'll see what they do with this one.
Yeah, about
and it is a first down. Lake Barkley CrossFit first down with a little drama involved in that one. With Caldwell County with a new set of downs. Lake Barkley CrossFit, where you can never be in too healthy, too strong, or in too good a shape. Lake Barkley CrossFit has classes designed for anyone at any fitness level, so stop by today. Now Whistle stopping this one until they get the chain set. And they wind the clock with 8:37 to go in the third quarter. Van Hoosier's going to change sides. He'll be the slot back on the right. Samuel will stay on the same side as Van Hoosier. 2 receivers to the right. Bashir goes to the left, gets around the corner, turns it up the field. First down and then some at midfield, brought down in Murray High territory. Russ Bashir on the run. Down to the 40, we'll see where they spot this
47.
one. 47-yard line.
18-yard run that time.
Another Lake Barkley CrossFit first down for Russ Bashir. Trip set to the right. 1 receiver far side. Handoff to Samuel, and he's met in the backfield at the 50. That's a collision. Sebastian Lawrence, Travion Samuel met helmet to helmet at the 50. They're going to give Samuel forward progress to the 48-yard line. Still a loss of 1 on the play. Samuel in the backfield about as quick as, Lawrence about as quick as Samuel on that one. Swing pass over to Wells at the 50. He's got some room. Flag in the backfield. Wells lowers his head, gets across the 30, down to around the 25-yard line. But a flag in the backfield.
It's a late hit against Murray.
Wells takes the ball to the 25-yard line. There is a foul on the play, a flag on the play.
So this one's going to go against Murray. We'll see if Caldwell County takes it or takes the pass. Or they're going to tack it on to the end. Personal foul.
Tack it on. He was taken out of bounds at the
25 was the spot, so this should take it down to the 10 for a 1st and goal. Instead, they're going to spot it at the
12 and a half
yard line. We'll call it the 13. Another Lake Barkley CrossFit first down. Caldwell County now looking to be the one to tie the game up. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bashir goes right, just out of the reach of Tate Van Hoosier, incomplete. Stops the clock with 7:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tigers trailing this one 28-21. Caldwell County scoring on the first play from scrimmage tonight, and it's been back and forth since. Wells in the slot to the right, to the left. Van Hoosier and Branch to the right. Russ rolls. He's got some room. Tucks it. Looks up the field. Crisscrosses and gets into the end zone. Nice run by Russ Bashir. Everybody covered. Russ just tucked it at about the 20. Had to change direction at the 10, but finds a way to weave himself into the end zone. And we're a Vivarette extra point away from tying this one up with 7:04 to go in the 3rd. Taco John's extra point attempt. Smiley gets the hold down. Kick is up and good. So with 7:04 to go in the 3rd quarter, tied back up for the 4th time, this time at 28. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
Bradley Furniture wishes all the Tigers good luck this season.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they're ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and
it's
dinner.
okay.
They've
Sure.
always had their drive-thru, and now they're offering curbside pickup service as well. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. They appreciate your patience and understanding during this time. We are all having to adjust to this new way of life. It's temporary, but in the meantime, enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's.
Microphone activated.
And back to Tiger Stadium as we are tied up at 28, 7:04 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Blake Vivarette will tee it up at the 40. And Bob, a stop will go a long way tonight, it appears.
Oh, yes. Whoever has the ball last,
this one,
as they say, may be the one that wins this game.
This one's shaping up to be a doozy.
Vivarette to kick off for the Tigers.
Vivarette approaches and the kick. Nice one. This one's going to go into the end zone, hit at the goal line. So a big kick, Blake Vivarette with the touchback. Murray will come out at the 20. And we appreciate everybody checking us out tonight on the live stream and listening on WPKY. Thanks to Roger Oldham checking in tonight, said everything looks great and sounds great.
And on that last drive, Dennis, Russ Bashir had a couple of nice runs in that drive, one being the TD run of 13 yards and an earlier run in that drive of 18 yards. So 31 yards on the ground by Russ in that drive.
Murray High to take over at their own 20-yard line. The way that Sebastian Lawrence met Samuel on one of those plays on that last drive, doesn't look like he's wearing down a lot. Sokolowski keeps it, comes left, picks his way up for a pretty nice gain of 4 yards out to the 24-yard line. Angel Long in on the stop for Caldwell County.
And that's what Murray likes to do is run the clock, keeping it on the ground, and you picking up 4 yards on every play, you're going to have obviously a first down.
It looked like a really clogged line of scrimmage for him to be able to pick up 4 yards, but you're talking about two of the biggest kids I think Caldwell County's lined up against all season. Second down and 6.
Murray's not looking tired, Dennis. You're right.
Snap back. Sokolowski spin move keeps it. And not much on that one, maybe a couple on the play out to the 36-yard, the 26-yard line.
And another key third down.
Murray getting the play in from the sideline, and that's been a little bit of an adventure tonight in itself.
Sending three.
Well, they said 3 off. One of them's going to come back. That's Sokolowski coming back in. Is that Dank? No, that's 30.
That's
coming back into the game. Orr had a big play earlier tonight. 2 receivers each way. And flag of delay of game. Uncharacteristically sloppy because they're a well-coached team, but you don't see that many delay of games, and they've had to call timeout to save one of those earlier. But at least the second delay of game and one of those out of a timeout.
Exactly, and you know, thinking about Murray, you think that they would be a disciplined team, but they've had 2 or 3 instances tonight where apparently they didn't know what page they were on.
2 receivers each way, but close offense. Sokolowski, swing pass to Danke, complete. Can't elude the tackle, though. Nice hit on the far sideline. We'll try to pick that number up short of the first down. And still looking at that number. Was it Smiley?
20.
I think it was 13. Logan Smiley on the tackle. So that's going to bring up punt formation for Murray. That's what we've been waiting on, maybe to get a stop out of this crew. And Caldwell County has to take a timeout to get a player off the field.
And we didn't need an offside.
No penalty there needed. So that's a Travis Construction and Concrete timeout. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back. This is WPKYonline.com.
Your home team at Trice Hughes wants to make sure your vehicle lasts as long as possible, especially since warmer weather means more driving. Trice Hughes reminds you that tire pressure is critical to maximizing the performance of your vehicle. From improved fuel mileage to smoother tire wear, make sure your tires are inflated to the correct PSI.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Back to Tiger Stadium as Murray sets up in punt formation. Barron Wells back deep for Caldwell County. Fourth down and 3 for Murray.
27 or 28-yard line.
Sokolowski kicks, almost blocked. Gets in a high kick, bounces just across midfield and out of bounds. Caldwell County is going to have great field position.
He's still, far side official still walking back upfield. Now they're going to mark it at the Caldwell 48, Dennis.
Looks like 47-48. We'll see where they'll spot this once they get out there. 47-yard line, Caldwell County. Russ Bashir brings his crew out, see if they can take the lead back. Tied at 28 with 4:49 left to go in the third quarter. Branch, the lone receiver to the right.
It looks like he's not going to get any secondary help from the defensive back drifts over.
Yeah, they'll float Danke. First time that they see Branch one-on-one with no help, you know they're going to go to him. Handoff throw in the backfield. It's number 7. I think that's Carnahan, right?
Logan Chambliss.
Logan Chambliss. Chambliss maybe picks up 1 on the play. Second down and 9 coming up. Trip set to the left. Branch again to the right with Travion Samuel to the right side of Bashir. Puts Samuel in motion. And a lot of pressure on Bashir. He's going to go down. Murray brought everybody but the bus driver on that one, and Bashir goes down at the 37-yard line.
It's a loss on the play back to the
Thought they were going to try to swing that one to Travion in motion out of the backfield, but no time for Russ to do anything except just try to get away and not fumble.
Exactly.
Again, Murray showing blitz up the middle. They back off this time. Bashir finds a hole, takes it up the middle himself, dodges one player at the 40, and back up near the original line of scrimmage out to the 47-yard line. But fourth down and long for the Tigers, and they are unable to capitalize on their own hold and forcing Murray into a punt. Now they'll have to punt it away. Caldwell County with a little miscommunication, somebody needing to get out on the field. Smiley comes running in. Play clock down to 6. Branch with the punt. Nice kick, end over end. Going to hit at the 19, take a Caldwell bounce, and roll down to the 11-yard line. So a good kick by Trip Branch. Has the ball down. The official spot is the 12. .2:43 to go in the third quarter, tied at 28. 7 points has been the biggest lead either team has had tonight. Caldwell County is starting to, here in the third quarter, Bob, it's been field position. Caldwell County has pinned Murray back a couple of times now. We'll see if we can take advantage of this field position eventually. Compact formation, Sokolowski, spin move, finds a hole, and gets across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Bobby does that spin move, and it doesn't look like he's really selling it or anything, or look like he's going to the back. But somehow he can turn around, and he's been pretty good at picking up 4, 5, 6 yards on a carry.
Several times tonight, you're right, Dennis. He's picked up 2 or 3 yards after he's been hit. It looks like he's going down at that spot.
And Coach Barnes said that in your interview with him before the ball game, that he's a good-sized kid, so I'm sure harder to bring down than it looks like from up here in the press box. Sokolowski, hand off to Danke. Danke hit at the line, spins off of that, and gets out across the 20 to the 22-yard line, enough for a first down. Tate Van Hoosier in on the tackle. They'll officially spot that one at the 23-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Sokolowski gets the play in from the sideline. Cool night here. You still have that breeze making the flag stand out on that end, Bob. Sokolowski on the keeper, goes left, finds a hole, gets some open space across the 30, the 40, chased near the sideline, finally pulled down. Barron Wells brings him down in Caldwell County territory at the Caldwell 44-yard line.
He takes it across the 50-yard line into Caldwell County territory to the 44-yard line.
So a big run by Sokolowski, or excuse me, Danke.
33-yard run.
And after being pinned down at their own 12-yard line, Murray, a couple of first downs later and a big run, find themselves in Tiger territory at the 44-yard line. Sokolowski looks to the sideline, then the wrist pad. Takes it, handoff to Danke. Danke comes to the near side, flag in the backfield across the 40 and down at the 39-yard line, but a flag comes in the backfield. It's going to be a hold against Murray, so that one will come back. That one called fairly quickly. Minute 16 on the clock. It stopped as they take care of the penalty. It's one of those situations, Bob, you look down the schedule and you think, hey, Crittenden beat this team. We beat Crittenden pretty handily. This one should have been a little easier, but that's how it is in high school football. You just never know sometimes. Penalty takes them back into Murray territory at the 47-yard line.
And brings up a 2nd and 20 situation for Murray.
Compact set, and this one's going to be whistled dead. Flag from the near sideline.
Actually, first and 20, I think this one's against Murray as well.
Offsides against Murray. And it looks like they may have been lined up offsides. Bob, I didn't see any movement on the play, but it could have been somebody passed the ball. And that drives a coach crazy if it happens to be one of your receivers. So first down and 25. Murray's got to go all the way to the Caldwell County 34-yard line for a first down. Ball spotted at the Murray 42 right now.
They are definitely behind the chains, which is where we want to see them.
Sokolowski gets the play in from the sideline. Clock running with 40 seconds to go in the third quarter of a good one here in Princeton tonight. 2 receivers each way. Sokolowski drops back, gets some pressure, and flags again. Initial call against Murray again. Illegal motion against Murray. 5 yards back. First down and 30.
Ball is moved back to the Murray 37-yard line.
So we'll see what Murray can pull out of the bag. When they've needed to tonight, though, Bob, we didn't think they would throw much, maybe 5, 6, no more than 10 times, but they've gone to the air, and with quite a bit of success tonight, they're going to put a spread unit out on this play, 2 receivers each side. Sokolowski drops back, gets some pressure from Shaheen, throws down the field, well overthrown. Make a busted play, nobody even in the area.
And he was under a lot of heat, and that could have also led to him getting rid of the ball too, Dennis.
Shaheen with a good charge inside, put some pressure on Sokolowski. Clock stopped after the incompletion with 1 second left to play in the third quarter. Ball spotted at the Murray High 36-yard line.
Sokolowski is 6 out of 11 tonight. So a little bit better than 50%, but throwing more times than what we thought he would throw.
For the whole game, and we're just still in the third. Sokolowski with the throw, caught at the 37, eludes a tackler, finally brought down, though, at the 45-yard line.
Sokolowski's pass is complete to number 22, Xavier.
Complete to number 22, Xavier Biggers.
Stop, number 32, Van
And Tate Van Hoosier with the tackle. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, we're tied at 28. We'll take a break and be back for fourth quarter action here on Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Good luck to all Tiger athletes from Bella Marie Boutique. Go Tigers.
Hi, this is Leanne with Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress. This month we want to honor those who fought breast cancer, like our own Mama Hayes, and those who fight or continue to battle breast cancer. A percentage of our sales now through the end of October will be donated to the Pink Ribbon Network. Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress, where you always get the best selection, the best furniture at the best price on the boulevard in Hopkinsville.
Herb Hayes Furniture, always the best.
And back to Tiger Stadium. Tied at 28 as we get set for fourth quarter action. And Bob, tell us about who's bringing us this fourth quarter action.
Yes, sir, I will. Dennis, fourth quarter brought to us by Cozy Living. Stop in and see Pam and Haverlock. Beautiful furniture, bedding, accessories. Store full of merchandise, always nicely arranged out there. They're also your local U-Haul dealer. Cozy Living, Interiors and Boutique, next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. And Murray now, Dennis, on this third, looking at 3rd and 21 here.
Murray High going left to right here as we start the fourth quarter.
3rd and 21 from the 45.
3rd down and 21. Snap back to Sokolowski. He's got some pressure, and he's going to go down for a loss. Elijah Shaheen all over the play.
Down in the backfield, number 54, Elijah Shaheen.
Lost back to the 40-yard line. So officially 4th and a country mile for Murray, and they'll punt this one away.
4th and 26.
Shaheen got back through there like you might start suspecting Murray getting a little fatigue on that line. They play a lot of players both ways.
You might be able to draw that conclusion, yes.
Sokolowski gets the snap, good snap, kicks it. Line drive, fielded at the 29-yard line by Wells. Wells going to the right side, up across the 40, and brought down near midfield.
21, Baron Wells.
That was a nice catch on that punt by Baron Wells because that was a line drive end over end. He had to go down almost to a knee. Of course, not to his knee. That would have been down, but a low catch.
We're going to get it at
the 49-yard line. Wells did get into Murray territory.
Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. First down, Tigers.
So Kramer and Wells near side. Van Hoosier Branch to the far side. Samuel in the backfield. And this one's complete. That's Branch at the 30 and finally dragged to a stop at the 27-yard line. But Bob, even better than that catch was Russ Bashir getting rid of that. He had 3 white jerseys right in his face. Travion Samuel doing all he could to pick up one of them.
Really, really nice throw by Russ. And a nice catch by Tripp as well on that play.
Murray not afraid to bring the bring the whole crew.
They definitely had the rush on him. He holds that ball another split second. He's
down for a 7 or 8 yard loss. Tripp set coming up to the left for Caldwell County as Wells comes in, takes the middle slot. Branch drops back, gets some pressure, throws down the field. Complete to Branch. Branch steps out of bounds at the 20.
Here's pass is complete to number 3.
Good catch by Tripp. Branch, you're going to spot him, I think, Bob, at the 21. But Branch went down to the shoelaces to pick that one.
Well, I don't know what's going on here. They're moving back up.
Are they going to call it incomplete?
Well, no, there's a flag, I guess.
Flag. Illegal block by Caldwell County.
Motion. We're going to mark it at the 30.
Still coming back to the 42-yard line.
This is a 15-yard penalty.
Back to the 41-yard line.
So, curious call on that one. Tripp set to the left. Branch to the right. Whistle blows this one dead. Motion against Caldwell County. And they'll back up another 5 yards.
Illegal procedure against the Tigers.
So after the drive showed some promise down inside the 30, Caldwell County becoming their own worst enemy with 10-11 left in the ball game, tied at 28.
It's 1st and 30, I believe, Dennis.
Ball spotted at the Murray High 47-yard line. We've got to get to the Murray 17 for a first. Spread offense. Wells in motion to the right. Quick hit to Wells. Looks up the field, has a blocker in front, and pulled out of bounds after a gain down to the 40-yard line. Maybe 41. We'll see where the official spot is. Far sideline. They'll put it down at the 41-yard line.
Brings up second down.
Second down and still very long for Caldwell County.
2nd and 24 for the Tigers.
Offset backfield for Caldwell County. Pitch, a reverse. Van Hoosier, the last one with it, looks down the field, wants to throw. Now he has to tuck it, spins, and gets hit. Still on his feet, trying to find somewhere to go. Murray brings everybody on him. Flags come in from everywhere. That was Van Hoosier. Run a little reverse. Van Hoosier came back looking to throw down the field. Receiver covered. Tucked it and kept trying to break loose. A lot of flags came in late. This is going to be, looking like they're going to march this one off maybe against Murray. Still haven't made the call to the sideline yet. Both teams standing around. Flags came in from every direction at the end of that play with Tate.
Tate actually lost a yard on that run.
Todd, you have anything we can throw it down to you to pick up?
Well, Dennis, I was just going to say that the Caldwell sideline is saying that Tate had nowhere to go with the ball because the receiver he was trying to get the ball to was tackled. So that Tate was looking for that guy, and he couldn't get him because he was on the ground.
Okay, this one of these where they'll mark it off, Bob, and then mark it back up. So it must have been opposing penalties. And they come back to the same spot, 42-yard line. Coach Will Barnes might be a little animated on the Saturday morning quarterback tomorrow after some of these calls in this Caldwell-Murray game.
Still going to be second and maybe 25 this time.
So the referee got his steps in for sure on that one, marked it down 15 yards, then back 15 yards. Two receivers each way for Caldwell County. Bashir in the backfield with Samuel to his left. Bashir drops back, gets some pressure, gets hit in the head, now tucks it himself across the 40, 30, still on his feet, down to the 25, and pulled down near the 20. Good run by Russ Bashir after getting slapped in the helmet on the way by a defender from Murray.
Marked at the...
see, well, they'll put this one down at the 22...
21.
21-yard line.
20-yard run by Russ.
Third down and a manageable 4 for Caldwell County. Hand off to Samuel, lowers his head, pushes the pile, and this one's going to be close. They've got to get down to the 17. And they spot it at the 18. Looks like 4th and a long 1 for Caldwell County. See what Coach Barnes decides to do on this one. You do have a strong leg and Viverette well within his distance, but a touchdown will go a long way. Here's 8:06 on the clock, tied at 28. And let's see if somebody called a timeout.
I think we did.
Timeout is called by Caldwell County. And timeouts are brought to you by Travis Construction and Concrete. Travis Construction and Concrete for all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. Good luck, Tigers, and here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete. So 4th down, and Bob, it looks like officially 2 yards to go for a first, 8:01 to go on the clock. Most of the time you've got 4th and short yardage. You can think Travion Samuel or maybe a roll down the field where Bashir can look down the field or keep it himself. But if you try to run into the middle of that line, you're running into the biggest two kids that we played against all season.
I think we want to definitely keep it out of the middle of the field. So and key play here in the game. We're going to disdain the field goal, I believe, and try.
At the concession stand.
And we will take 5 seconds for station identification. This is Tiger Football on WPKY, Princeton. Samuel deep in the backfield. He's got a blocker in front. Looks like Van Hoosier. Bashir set to take the snap. Handoff up the field. It looks like he's got it. Line pushing up across the 15. Still going. Great job by the Tigers. That ought to fire everybody up on the field. Hard run, Travion Samuel, but credit that line and his blockers for a large part of that one down to the 13-yard line. Lake Barkley CrossFit first down. First and 10 from the 13-yard line of Murray. 7:45 to go in the ball game. Bashir looks to the sideline. Coach Barnes calling in a change. Kramer, single receiver to this side. Pitch goes to Wells. Wells trying to get around the corner across the 10. Lowers his head. Nice run after he got to the edge. Barron Wells. Go down as a pass, little pitch.
Was it a pitch? Was it in front of him or behind him, Dennis?
In front.
So it was a pass.
So good job by Barron Wells.
Were they marking it at the?
It looks like the 5-yard line. Second down and 2 for the Tigers. They can still get a first down in here, but the touchdown would be big. Bashir is going to keep it himself and go down for a loss. Big number 70 and 50 in on that one for Murray.
Loss back to the 9-yard line.
Loss is all the way back to the 9.
3rd and 5.
Third down and 5 as we go under 7 minutes to play in this one in regulation. Bashir with Branch one-on-one to the far side. Instead comes near side, complete to Van Hoosier. Van Hoosier lowers his head, slung down hard at the 5-yard line. We'll see where they'll spot this one. Look like about the 5.
He takes it to the 5-yard line.
Fourth down and a short 2 for Caldwell County. Viverette's going to come in for the field goal attempt. Logan Smiley, the holder. Tough angle that it's going to be from the left hash mark. Snap is back, kick is up. Plenty of distance.
It's perfect.
And good. 6:06 to go in the ball game, and Caldwell County takes the lead by 3 off the foot of Blake Viverette. 31-28. Caldwell leads this one. Back in 30 seconds, this is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
Proud supporter of Tiger Sports. Big
So
John's
Dennis, that
Barbecue
was
says,
probably
"Go
a
Tigers."
17.
Raider Auction Company is owned and operated by
Ball was spotted at the, 5?
Yeah, it's 22-yard.
So had 7 to it, maybe 12. Yeah, 22-yard field goal.
Raider Auction holds 4 consignment auctions a year, and they buy and sell equipment on a daily basis. If you're looking for a piece of equipment,
Coach Barnes still jawing with the referee.
And financing is available. Contact Delbert Raider at 270-881-2610 or
that's Wayne.
at 270-604-2880
Barnes back down
for
here.
all your used equipment needs. Raider Auction Company, Skyline Drive.
And back to Tiger Stadium. 6:06 to play in this one. Caldwell County leads now 31-28. Blake Viverette with a 22-yard field goal. So stop and a score would be big in this one. First things first, though, you got to come up with the stop. 6:06 to play. Bob Viverette did a good job on that one. He had some pressure coming in. Kick by Viverette, fielded at the 4. Across the 15, 20. Danke at the 30, still on his feet, pushed near the sideline, shy of the 35-yard line.
22, Biggers on the return.
Oh, Biggers, excuse me, on the return.
To the 34-yard line.
So Murray will come out and take over first and 10 from their own 34 with 5:56 to go.
It'll be first and 10 Murray from the 34-yard line.
Stay tuned for the Trilogy Performance Sports post-game report coming your way after this one. Still a long way to go with 5:56. Tigers trying to lock up a possible home field playoff game to open the playoffs. Sokolowski directing traffic. Play clock down to 2. Gets the snap off Sokolowski with some pressure in the backfield. It's going to be hit. Stays on his feet. Gets out of it across the 20 or 35 and hit hard. Flags come in. Hit hard at the 37-yard line. And does look like they're calling a horse collar. This one's going to penalize Caldwell County 15 yards from the end of that run by Sokolowski. It looked like we had him dead to rights back near the 22-yard line. So horse collar call against Caldwell County, grabbing by the shoulder pads and jersey in the back of the neck. And this will put Murray in Caldwell County territory, 1st and 10 from the Tiger 48-yard line. Just over 5.5 to go in the ball game. Murray hustles up to the line. Still a lot of time in this one, and Murray has shown no effort to get in a hurry all night tonight. Sokolowski, spin move, keeps it, finds a hole, gets across the 45, and down to near the 42-yard line. That little spin move has got to be more of a timing thing than trying to fool anybody.
Ball spotted at the 42. It'll bring up second and about
Maybe that's how long it takes Sebastian Lawrence to really find somebody to pancake out there, but he's done that a lot tonight. 2nd down from the 42.
We need a turnover right now.
Sokolowski, handoff to Danke. Danke pulled down right at the 1st down marker. Looks like he might have enough. Little skirmish down past the play. And let's see if the spot is going to be a 1st down. And they are moving the chains. 1st down, Murray. 31-28. Caldwell County leads this one with 4:41 to go. But Murray driving. Bob, normally without the COVID going on, these stands would be packed and this would be a loud crowd. You kind of lose the crowd part of the home field advantage. Looked like Murray jumped, no call on it. Sokolowski keeps it and gets up to the 35-yard line. Looked like a little movement on that left side for Murray.
Sokolowski on the keeper. He takes it to the 35-yard line.
We'll have under 4 minutes to go by the time Murray snaps this one. 2nd down and about 6 coming up. Maybe 7. 2nd and 7, we'll call it. Ball just inside the 35-yard line of Caldwell County. Sokolowski to Danke. Danke finds a hole and still on his feet. Looked like they had him down after a gain of 1, but instead he's going to be up to a 1st down.
To 26.
Down to the 26-yard line of Caldwell County.
Pickup of 9 yards on that play.
Takes the ball to the 26-yard line.
Extra effort by Danke. And he has Murray in business at the Caldwell County 26-yard line. Caldwell County trying to make the field goal of Blake Viverette hold up, but Murray having a lot to say about it. Compact formation. Sokolowski, handoff to Danke. Danke hits the left side, still on his feet, across the 25 and brought down near the sideline after about a 3, maybe 4-yard pickup.
26, Danke is the ball carrier.
Marked at the 23, Dennis.
Trying to see where they're going to set it down officially. I think there's more fatigue with the officials maybe than the players because it's taken them a little while, but ball spotted at the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers there with 2:39 to play. Clock running.
31-28 Tigers. It's going to be a fun and interesting Saturday morning quarterback tomorrow. Sokolowski, again, that compact set spins, hits the line across the 20 and down to about the 18-yard line.
He takes it to the 18-yard line.
3rd down and short coming up from Murray.
Brings up 3rd down.
It'll be under 2 minutes by the time Murray snaps this one. It's 4-down territory, absolutely, Bob, for Murray because, for one, their kicking game, I don't know if they have the leg to go much over 20 yards.
You're right, Dennis. They're definitely going to have to try to punch it in. I would believe.
And two, we've shown the inability to stop them from this distance. Sokolowski keeps it, picks up the first across the 15. It's going to be a first down at the 13-yard line. So they're going to wind the clock. There's going to be about 1:37 to go. Caldwell County trying to do all they can to strip the ball on every hit. Dankey comes back to the right side, has some room, cuts it back to the middle, and a tackle across the 5. Trying to pick up which player that was. Was it Wells? Grabbed the leg of Dankey because Dankey had the end zone next. 4-yard line. We'll see if it's a first down. They're looking. They're going to bring the chains out. Actually, the spot should be right around the 3. So they're going to push Murray back
I
and
believe,
measure this one.
I believe he's at definitely at the 3.
I think he's got the first down from our vision right here. We'll see what the chains say. And he's going to be short by about a couple of footballs. So 1:20 on the clock.
2nd and 1.
And they're going to take their time on this. Caldwell County may have to use some timeouts if they can hold them out on this play. Sokolowski keeps it and gets into the end zone. Touchdown Murray. Had 3 blockers in the backfield, followed them right in off of that right side. And with 1:11 to go, Murray out in front now, 34-31. This is an all-important extra point because it'll keep it a 3-point game if somehow Caldwell County can get to this, or they kick it wide. With a weapon like Blake Viverette, that could come into play, but here's the attempt. Snap is down, good snap, kick is up and short. Partially blocked at the line of scrimmage, it looked like. No good. So that keeps it at 34-31, a 3-point game. We'll take a 30-second break and be back for the conclusion. This is Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
U-Ride has up their
Woo!
game. Matter of fact, it's a whole new ball game. It's an all-new sales team, bringing 33 years of experience to work for you. They're here to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish.
Okay.
And they do it all safely with a personalized hometown feel. More variety with better quality. On-the-lot financing. And you can apply safely online at uridesales.com. Call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff. U-Ride on the Marion Road, Princeton, 270-365-38C.
Microphone activated.
Back to Tiger Stadium. And this one's going to come down to the wire. Caldwell County will receive the kick. There's 1:11 left on the scoreboard. Caldwell County trails this one 34-31. But we've seen in pregame warm-ups, Blake Viverette able to kick a 50-yard field goal and maybe a little bit longer.
He's got the leg.
So Caldwell County has to at least work it into that area. You would like the scorer to be able to win it. And Caldwell County has been able to do that tonight, scored on the very first play from scrimmage tonight. But Murray has battled back and now on a 34-31 lead. Kick is going to be received at the 10. Caldwell County sets up the return. It's Wells getting to the sideline. Still tiptoeing down the sideline, finally pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Number 21, Baron Wells returned
Good return by Wells. Patient return. Waited for his blockers. And he gets it out to the Caldwell County 44. Kickoff took 10 seconds off the clock. 1:01.
First down, Tigers.
So first down, Caldwell County from their own 44-yard line. Got to get down comfortably, probably to the 30 of Murray to have a good kick. Travion Samuel takes a swing pass, gets it up to midfield.
25, Travion Samuel on reception.
Good gain on first down. Still time on the clock, 47 seconds. Caldwell County at the line. Bashir trip set to the right. Drops back. going to keep it himself. Travion goes up to block, and Bashir runs out of bounds, stopping the clock with 31 seconds. Bob, it looked like Russ wanted to go to Travion, but Travion thought Russ was going to go ahead and run, went upfield and found somebody to block. So Russ runs it across into Murray territory at the 47-yard line. First things first, Caldwell County has 3rd and 1. They've got to pick up a first down in the next play or two to keep this thing going.
And Murray is dropping everybody back.
3-man rush by Murray. Russ keeps it hit hard right at the first down mark.
I believe he.
Clock still running. And finally, the whistles blow. Caldwell County calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here on this. Bob, I thought they might have to stop it to take a look to the side, but they're going to say Caldwell County is still short by about half a yard. Ball spotted right on the 40, looks like right on the 42-yard line.
47, Dennis.
Oh, excuse me, 47. Looking across the field, there's a less than a yard. So Caldwell County down to this, 19 seconds on the clock. They've got about half a yard to pick up for a first down. And if you figure in everything, you've got to get to about the 30, 33-yard line. They are going to come out and measure this one.
I think we're appreciably short.
And it is about the length of a couple of footballs short. So you've got to pick up the first. And still, Bob, we're looking at 15 yards maybe to get in the field goal range, legitimate field goal range.
If we could get somewhere 20 yards, we got to pick up the first down first, Dennis. I think we have to gamble and call a quick timeout.
So a lot on this snap right here. 4th down and less than a yard for Caldwell County to keep this thing alive.
And you know they're going to bring the house.
Handoff comes up to Wells. Wells dances the sideline, takes it out of bounds. First down. Probably the biggest Lake Barkley CrossFit first down of the season for Barry Wells so far. Spotted.
Would you say that was 43. A pass or a handoff, Dennis?
I think that's another pass. It's going to be counted as a pass. I think he did push it forward to him. So first down at the 42-yard line. 15 seconds on the clock in regulation.
Now we want to hit one of these 15-yard crossing patterns.
Murray only rushing 3. Bashir gets out of the way, complete, down to Kramer at the 35-yard line. 8 seconds on the clock.
He takes it to the 35-yard line.
Caldwell can run this play, but I don't think you have time to go very deep. Going to have to hit something to the side. I'm not sure if Caldwell County, our scoreboard doesn't indicate timeout, so not sure if Caldwell County has a timeout left.
I would think we would have, but I'm not sure.
Snap back to Bashir. Quick hit, incomplete, looking for Wells at the 30.
Bashir's pass is incomplete.
5 seconds on the clock. Right here, Bob, is a 52-yard field goal, and they're going to bring Viverette out.
Yeah. Just be loose, young man. Just do what you're capable of.
52-yard attempt to send this one into overtime. And timeout, Murray. Keep it here, Bob, for this one. Big drama at Tiger Stadium tonight. 5 seconds on the clock. 34-31, Murray with the lead. And Caldwell County is going to trot out a kicker with this kind of range. You've got the flag kind of going a little bit against him, Bob, wouldn't you say right now?
It's
more side to side, but it's a little bit against him. Not a helping breeze at all. So Murray takes a timeout trying to ice Viverette just a little bit. Stay tuned for the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show coming your way as soon as this one's over. We'll have all the poly-eye stats of the game. Todd Griffin will have an interview down on the field, and then we'll look ahead to next week against Madisonville. But right now, bigger fish to fry as Caldwell County is looking to extend this one with Murray. And we'll see if they're still going to leave the kicking unit out. Looks like he may be bringing the offense back in, Bob. We'll see. Viverette back to the sideline. Coach Barnes has changed his mind.
Well, if we can run off 3 seconds and get closer, that would be.
So Bashir back in the backfield, switch for Caldwell County out of the timeout. It's Van Hoosier at quarterback. Van Hoosier heaves it up, looking down the field. It's incomplete. And flags, are the flags?
There's a flag on the play.
Flags are on the play. Murray's celebrating on the sideline like the game's over. And a 15-yard penalty. The initial signal against Murray.
Roughing the passer.
So we'll see. There's no time left on the clock.
Cannot end on a defensive penalty.
So it looks like
maybe
Viverette will have penalty is against Murray.
Penalty is for roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
Well, how do you get it down that far? I guess to the 20, to the 15?
They're inside the 15, Bob. It's looks like about the 12.
That's
and still going forward.
That's a 23-yard penalty.
That's inside the 10 now.
Jeez.
So Viverette's going to come out, and it's going to end up being a 23-yard field goal attempt for Blake Viverette with no time on the clock. Snap is down. Kick is up. And good. This one's going to overtime. Blake Viverette, 23-yard field goal, ties it up at the end of regulation at 34. Let's take it down to Todd Griffin on the sideline after that exciting play.
Well, what a way to end regulation, Dennis. On the previous play, we had a completed catch for the Tigers. The ball was caught, and they did the penalty from there to mark it off. So that's why the Tigers ended up with so many yards at the end of that play. They called it a completed catch, and then it was half the distance to the goal line.
So a completed ball. Thank you, Todd, on that.
Ask him who caught the ball.
The catch was to who, Todd, down there? Are you still with me?
We don't really know who caught it. Tate is the one who threw it, but we're trying to check on that to see who actually caught the pass for us.
Okay, get us back with that information when you get that. I know Gary's going to the sideline. Thank you, Todd, for that. But they did rule out a catch. It looked like that ball came out fairly quick. We thought it was an incompletion.
It was basically.
Hey, guys,
yeah.
We think it was Tripp that made that catch.
Tripp Branch with the
Tripp
catch.
Branch.
Went up high for it. You know, any jump ball situation, Tripp's going to go up just like a rebound in basketball.
And ask Todd if it was completed to the yard line before they marched off the half the distance. The kick, the ball was marked at the 6, Dennis?
Ball was marked at the
6, and
6
then
yard line.
at 17 for
Hey, guys, it was completed down to the 13,
okay.
and then half the distance from there.
Okay, great.
So referees are out at midfield. Bob, have we done an overtime game since we got these spots about 6 years ago?
I think this is our first one, Dennis.
I think so. Trying to remember back. So what a finish here at Caldwell County. Looked like they had one foot in the grave and another on the banana peel, but somehow pulled out a big reception down to Tripp Branch, and then the penalty takes it in. Even if Tripp had caught it without the penalty, the game would have been over. So the penalty extended the play, and Caldwell County able to convert. So they're going to put 3 minutes on the clock as the coaches will come out
Oh, so does one team have a chance to? I thought you went back and forth to the end zones, like from the 10-yard line. They've changed all that.
We'll see as this one comes up. They are running some time on here. We'll take a quick timeout and be back for overtime action here at Tiger Stadium. Caldwell and Murray tied at 34 going into overtime. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
At First Southern National Bank, we place a high value
Go ahead and do a minute.
customers and communities. With that in mind, we are taking steps that demonstrate how much we care about you. Our drive-through lanes will be available for daily needs, while in-person services can be scheduled by appointment.
I think they're flipping a coin to see who can get it first, or if they want to defer.
But I don't think it's first one score wins. I
think both. I think it's alternate possession.
Yes.
First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
This is Carol at the Woodall Agency. I'm asking you for the opportunity to give you a quote for your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, or mobile home. With competitive rates and several companies to choose from, you'll be getting the insurance that is right for you. Premiums keep getting higher. Give me a call today at 365-5541 or 601.
So that was Tate with the completion of the trip, and then a roughing the passer.
Yes, Tate's 1 out of 1 tonight.
Microphone activated.
Back to Tiger Stadium, going into overtime, tied at 34, Caldwell County and Murray. Coaches came out for the coin toss to see who was going to have first possession. And Bob, I'm almost certain that you have the alternating possessions here till one team wins it.
Looks like we're on defense. Well, I'm sure we are, because it looks like we're.
Both teams will get it, right?
Right.
10-yard line.
Ball is going to be spotted at the 10-yard line.
So apparently we lost the toss.
Or maybe one, and then we'll go second.
Well, that's
sure.
right. We don't know whether we lost it or not.
Anyway, it's going to be Murray with the first possession. Hey, guys, Caldwell County won the toss and chose to defend, so Caldwell County is going to defend the Tiger to our right. Murray going towards the cab. Sokolowski in the backfield, tight formation. Sokolowski keeps it, tries to turn it up the field, slips, and gets it back to the 10, maybe down to the 9.
Sokolowski on the keeper. He takes it, gains about a yard.
Bob, we watched I think Murray's only kicked one field goal on the season, and we watched him in warm-ups, and that was the young lady that kicked the field goal in a prior game.
I almost think
Murray.
they'll have to get it in the end zone, Dennis. And then if they don't, then we have the luxury of doing a field goal at some point when we have it.
Ball spotted at the 9, whistles blow. And they were just resetting the clock on this end, so Murray's going to have
I think that 3 minutes was the 3 minutes between the end of regulation and overtime, yeah.
Sokolowski hands off to Danke. Danke slips, gets back on his feet, and battles down near the 5-yard line. So Danke slips, still able to pick up 4 yards down to the 5. Third down and goal for Murray.
And there is no first down. Murray's got 2 plays to punch it in.
Yeah, you just almost guarantee they're going to have two attempts at it.
And with the end zone closing, you almost don't think they will go to the air here.
Tight formation. You look for a little Sokolowski spin move. And delay of game. Play clock runs out. But they're going to call it against Caldwell County. There's no time on the play clock. They missed the delay of game and going to get Caldwell County for jumping. Going to take it down to the 3. But the play clock had expired. Play clock on both ends of the field, so referee should have been able to see that one. Third down from the 3. And it's Sokolowski into the end zone, touchdown Murray.
Sokolowski takes it in for a touchdown.
So we'll see if they go for 2 or if they try the extra point. I don't see Sokolowski on the field. So it looks like they are going to try the extra point. Yeah, the kicker's placing it down.
Number 5, Caden Kane, to attempt the extra point.
So Murray converts on their first possession, 40-34. Murray, extra point attempt coming up. And almost blocked, but gets it up and in. 41-34. So Caldwell County will come out and try to send this into a second overtime. Bob, were you surprised a little bit that Murray didn't try to go for 2? The way they've been able to run the ball?
At least that would have, I mean, we have to score the touchdown to do that. And you know, you got to have confidence in your extra point kicker to do what they did, Dennis. But I was somewhat thinking they would be going for 2 as well.
Especially on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Caldwell County did a good job coming in from that edge. Almost had that one blocked, but they get it up and get it across. Fun night here at Tiger Stadium as Caldwell County will bring the offense out for their possession here in the first overtime. We'll see what Coach Will Barnes decides to do on this one. Almost a miraculous finish to get it into overtime for Caldwell County. Tigers will line up with Trip Branch one-on-one on this side of the field. 2 receivers far side. Bashir is going to roll this side, gets it up across the 10, lowers his head, pushed out of bounds near the 6-yard line. Going to call him at the 7, maybe it looks like. He had Van Hoosier and Samuel ahead of him. Second and goal for the Tigers from the 7-yard line. Short side of the field is the near side. Caldwell County doesn't have any receivers to the far side. Hand off. Samuel lowers his head. Ball loose on the ground.
Samuel, ball carrier.
And did they,
was going to
Caldwell County recover?
Apparently. We got somebody hurt, it looks like.
Still Tiger ball. 3rd down and goal. Officials.
We're at the 2-yard line, Dennis.
Looks like it, yes. Side judge is standing at the 2. Little confusion out on the field right now. And timeout, Caldwell County. And Coach Barnes still questioning, and has been most of the night, some of the decisions by the white hat. Set the stage. Caldwell County has 3rd and goal, trailing this one in overtime, 41-34.
And at the 2-yard line.
As we said, a lot on the line here, because if Mayfield ends up winning the district, these 2 teams, likely the 2 and 3 seeds, it's not going to be Ballard. That'll be the first-round opponent for the number 1 seed. Murray still to play Mayfield next week, but should these 2 teams end up at the 2 and 3 seeds, the winner of tonight's game will host that first round of the playoffs. So, big stakes here tonight at Tiger Stadium. Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show coming your way at the end of this one.
I would think, what would you do here, Dennis? Would you run it in, or would you try to get somebody wide and throw the ball?
I think they're going to have to run it from here. We'll see. Bashir's got Samuel in the backfield. Hand off to Travion, lowers his head
to the 1-yard line.
Gets down to the 1.
25, Samuel, ball carrier.
So it all comes down to this. Caldwell County's going to spread the field on 4th down, though. They're going to send 2 receivers out to the far side. Trip Branch near side. You've got Van Hoosier lining up in the slot, and Murray's going to take the timeout this time.
Timeout Murray.
1 yard away from a chance to tie this one up.
Those wide receiver screens would look nice right about now, Dennis.
He brought the personnel out to really spread the field.
Mm-hmm.
He had the big, heavy package in on that one, trying to get Samuel over that goal line, but you got a lot of size on the opposite side of the ball against Murray. Any other time, those plays probably would have just shoved the other team in with the likes of Van Hoosier and that heavy field with Davis.
Murray's stout defense up front it's a tough line to run against.
It's one of the bigger lines you're going to find in high school football. Coach Barnes, Coach McGowan out talking to the players. Murray on the far side in their own huddle. 41-34. Murray scored in their first possession, went for the extra point, made that one, and have the 7-point lead. Right now you see Kramer and Wells going to that far side. So you can't rule out a pass to the end zone. It's one-on-one coverage. Man-to-man coverage to that side. You've got Branch man-to-man this side. Wells in motion. Handoff goes to Wells. Caldwell County tries to get it around the end. Reaches out across the pylon. No signal.
He's got to get in.
And they say he did not make it. And Caldwell County livid on that end. Referee pointing out of bounds. Said he was down, and Murray is going to get the win in overtime.
Ball carrier is out of bounds, and the final score, Murray 41, Caldwell County 34 in overtime. You couldn't see it. Ask him.
Wow. Heartbreaking loss for Caldwell County here in overtime. Murray wins this one 41-34. It looked from our advantage point here up in the booth like Wells was able to get that ball out over that pylon in the corner. Pylon's laying down on the ground. So I'll tell you what, before we go to the postgame, let's go down to the field with Todd Griffin.
Okay, Dennis, what we had down here, it looked to us like Wells was laying on the defender and was able to reach the ball out over the goal line. But the official on this side of the field marked the ball where his foot went out of bounds and not where the ball was. The official got taken out on the play in his defense. He probably didn't get a very good look at it, but it looked to everyone down here like Wells was able to stretch the ball out and get it in. It'll be interesting to go back and watch the film and see what we can see.
All right, Todd, thank you for that. Players huddling up. Caldwell County takes the loss tonight, 41-34 here at Tiger Stadium. We'll take a break and come back and get underway on the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show coming your way next here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Was that a run, Dennis? He handed it off, or was it a pass to Barron?
Or the doctor's office.
Okay.
Some folks may miss the opportunity to have Penny Royal Hospice help them through the most difficult of times. As a family member, you can refer your loved ones for the additional care needed at end of life without a hospital or doctor's visit. Penny Royal Hospice. It's about living to the fullest.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we at the Edge Media Group want to join with you to show support all month, and especially Think Pink Week 2020, October 26th through the 30th. Be listening for conversations each day that week focusing on research, support, encouragement, and resources throughout our communities. We will even have special music from Aaron Goodman on October 29th. Order your Think Pink t-shirt now at our loyal listener Big Deal store or make a donation today. All donations and proceeds will benefit the Pink Ribbon Network. We encourage you to think pink. Learn more at WPKYonline.com.
Enjoy your favorite Mexican food at La Pontesina Mexican Restaurant. They're open 7 days a week. It is recommended to wear a face mask while walking in and out of the restaurant. They're operating at limited seating capacity and offering carry-out service. Just wear your mask when you pick up your order. Always practice social distancing. They appreciate your business and are ready to serve you. Stay safe. La Pontesina Mexican Restaurant, Princeton and Marion.
A yearly flu vaccine is important now more than ever amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Protect yourself and your loved ones against flu viruses. At Caldwell Medical Center, they are making it easy and convenient. Skip the wait and get your flu shot at their drive-through site, September the 28th through October the 2nd and October 5th through the 9th by appointment only. To schedule an appointment, please call them at 270-365-03.
Oh, man.
Your home team at Trice Hughes wants to make sure your vehicle lasts as long as possible, especially since warmer weather means more driving. Trice Hughes reminds you that tire pressure is critical to maximizing the performance of your vehicle. From improved fuel mileage to smoother tire wear, make sure your tires are inflated to the correct PSI.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Suffering from a physical or mental disability that prevents you from working can turn your life upside down. You may have no alternative but to file for Social Security disability benefits. If you get denied, don't lose hope. Call attorney Matt Schalk in Princeton, Kentucky at 270-365-MATT. Matt has been working for nearly a decade at getting people approved. If you receive a denial letter from Social Security, call Matt Schalk at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-6288.
This is an advertisement.
Time for a recap of tonight's action. The WPKY Tiger postgame report is on the air.
Microphone activated.
And back to Tiger Stadium. An exciting one here, but a disappointing loss for Caldwell County as Murray leaves town with a 41-34 win tonight in overtime. Caldwell County had a play at the end of the game. Looked like they were able to get into the end zone. Wells took the handoff from Bashir, got to the side, and the sideline report from Todd Griffin, Gary Goodacre said it looked like Caldwell County was laying on the defender, able to get the ball across to the pylon, which was laying down in all of that. Caldwell County's coaching staff still down looking at that corner, but the referees make the call, and it's official in the books now. Murray will leave with a 41-34 win over the Caldwell County Tigers. Time now for the Trilogy's Performance Sports post-game report. Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports. Trilogy is a family-friendly environment that offers a wide range of classes to help you reach your fitness and well-being goals. Good luck, Tigers, from Trilogy Performance Sports. And Todd, if you're listening, just give me a heads up when you're ready for Coach Barnes. All right, we'll go down to the field with Coach Barnes and then Todd Griffin on the field. Take her away, Todd.
All right, thanks, Dennis. A lot to digest from that game, 41-34 in overtime. First of all, Coach Will Barnes, a battle there to get that game into overtime to start with.
Yeah, we were kind of backs against the wall there late in the fourth quarter. Proud of our kids for finding a way to get that thing into overtime and, just came up 1 yard short.
A lot of us on the sideline thought we got in on that fourth down play. A really tough call for the official, though, because he got completely wiped out on the play, and he was on his backside, during the key moments of that play and didn't really get a good look at it. He marked it where Barron Wells' foot went out of bounds, and those of us standing there thought maybe Barron had got the ball over the goal line, but that's one of those things I guess we'll have to go back and hope we can see on film. But what a back-and-forth game tonight, though.
Yeah, it seemed like when we would score, they would score. Nobody really was able to get, a couple possession lead there. And, part of it is, I feel like we kicked the field goal down there, fourth and one, after we went for it, a couple plays before. Probably my fault for not going for that again. We were able to get some good push there out of that set we were in, and that's my fault. I got to do a better job, kind of giving our guys a chance to win the game there.
Just a wild night of football, though.
Yeah, and I told the guys, coming in, you can't look at their scores or who they played and what it's looked like because, they've had some turnover issues and, some penalties and, they're a good football team and, two good football teams play. That's what happens. Kind of, going back to the Mayfield game, two good football teams played, and we've come up just a few plays short on both of those.
Yeah, this game was tied at halftime, tied after 3 quarters, tied after 4 quarters. So when you go into that overtime, that's really not something we've seen in a while. What's kind of the game plan from your standpoint when you head into the extra period?
Yeah, we've tried during practice this year to hit some of these kind of weird situations. In overtime, we've actually done that in practice a handful of times with, our first offense going against our better defenders and vice versa. So luckily, we had kind of had a little experience there. You've got some plays that you feel like give you a chance down there. Like I said, they made a couple more than we did.
Let's go back to the end of regulation there, and you guys had a 4th down. Initially, you were going to try a 52-yard field goal. Timeout gets called, and you change your mind, and Tate ends up throwing the pass, and really kind of tough to figure out what happened after that for a little while.
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy play. Just, that is obviously an incredibly long field goal. Once I kind of thought about it a little bit more, I felt like, we've had Tate throw the ball some and knew he could get the ball down there close. Felt like Tripp would be able to go up and make a play, and, something crazy might happen if we can't score, and that's what we got, which, we got the catch and then got the 15 yards to kick the field goal. Kept us in the game and gave us a chance to win, just didn't do that.
Things kind of went your way in the overtime. You win the toss there, and you're on defense first, and that Murray run game just tough to stop, and the quarterback's a really nice player.
Yeah, they did a good job, and, did a good job. That's what I'll say. They did a good job defensively. Offensively.
You guys had the 2 weeks off. Did you think there was maybe a little rust, or how did you think you guys played tonight overall?
No, I really liked our energy all night long. Coming into the game, I worried a little bit about our start. That's a couple of games, Mayfield and Hoptown, where we've lost. We've started slow, and that was a little bit of a concern. But I felt like, we started off the game well. Scored a touchdown, and, it was a little bit better start. And we got to get a little bit more consistent offensively and kind of put our full game together to give us a chance to win tough ball games like tonight.
Yeah, a tough loss tonight in overtime, but the reality is you probably see them in the first round of the playoffs one way or the other.
Yeah, maybe they'll go down and beat Mayfield. I don't know, but we'll see how that shakes out the next few weeks. We've just got to worry about working on ourselves, getting better as a football team. And if we'll do that, regardless of how the playoffs shake out, I like our team and like where we're headed. We've just come up a little short, these last 2 games, and we can't get discouraged because of that. We did some things tonight that we haven't done all year long, and if we can take that and build and put everything together, we'll be okay in the end.
A trip to Madisonville next week. Coach, good luck. Thanks for the time, and good luck next week.
Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, that's Tiger head coach Will Barnes. The Tigers falling in overtime tonight, but an exciting game here at Tiger Stadium.
Thank you, Todd, for that report down on the sideline. 41-34, Murray pulls this one out in overtime over the Caldwell County Tigers. Continuing on with the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show. Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports. While Bob totals up the Poly-I stats of the first half, let's take a look at the Goodwin Insurance scoreboard around the area. Goodwin Insurance is your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Goodwin Insurance is a proud sponsor of Caldwell County Athletics, and also a shout out to the senior class and a special shout out to Goodwin Insurance's own players